way off.
It's not great.
It's not great, but we don't care. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first ever live stream. We got 3 games on. It's a loaded slate. We're live from Lidditz, Pennsylvania. It's Saturday, October 8th. It's Fancy Trash Can sitting next to Captain Boring. As always, the picks are in. The kickoffs are about to go, and we're ready to go. Welcome in. This is brought to you by you guys. Anchor.fm/4th and 1. We're so excited to be here with you today. Me and Micaiah are both pumped up. The only thing that's going to happen is the energy is going to come down because I can't keep this up for 3 hours. We got things to talk about. Unfortunately, thanks to copyright laws, we can't side screen the game, and we also understand that there's probably no one going to be watching, but we don't care because we're going to have a blast. We got 3 games on. I'm going to break them down here for you before I pass it over to Micaiah. On the main screen, you might hear it a little bit here and there. We're going to have Michigan at Indiana.
The main screen is Kansas and TCU.
Oh, we did decide to go Kansas and TCU.
Yeah, Michigan's on the side screen.
At main screen, we got TCU at Kansas.
Someone's in the chat, yeah!
And someone's in the chat.
Yeah!
Throw it out there, ladies and gentlemen. If you decide to join, let's be honest, gentlemen, if you decide to join, go ahead, jump on in, say hi. We'll talk to you guys a little bit. So main screen, we got Kansas taking on TCU at home, sold out in Lawrence. Side screen, we got Michigan at Indiana. We're hoping that's going to be a blowout for them. And then split screen here, we got Tennessee taking on LSU. Rocky Top. Micaiah, let's go to the main game here. What are you waiting to see? Who are you picking?
I am waiting to see this Kansas team. They have been just absolutely dreadful. They were 8-101 in conference play since 2008. 2007 is when they went 12-1 and won the Rose Bowl. They have just been terrible ever since then. They are taking on a high-flying TCU offense. But let's not get it twisted here, brother. Kansas has got a high-flying offense in and of itself. I got to go with Kansas just because game day, first ever time here. It's the 3rd straight sellout for the Kansas Jayhawks. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I am pumped. I am excited. We are here. We got Michigan, Indiana on the small screen. I'm wearing my Michigan jersey. Go blue. But it is time to rock, chalk, Jayhawk. Live from Lawrence, Kansas.
Tennessee's about to kick off. Micaiah, before Kansas kicks off, we got Tennessee, Rocky Top at 4-0, taking on 4-1, number 25. This is Tennessee top 10.
Yeah.
Taking on LSU. What's your expectation here as LSU starts from the 25?
My expectation here is for it to be a great game. Tennessee is wearing their gray and orange jerseys.
They're pretty sick.
They look pretty fire. You are 100% correct. Oh, and guess what?
Oh, wait.
Turnover on the kickoff.
I missed that.
LSU turned it over on the kickoff, and so it's Tennessee's ball. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Rocky Top getting all the right bounces early.
And Brian Kelly looks extremely upset.
Absolutely. It bounced off the face mask. Reminds me a little bit of Michigan and Maryland from a few weeks ago. And so Tennessee, high-flying scoring offense. LSU brings the hard-mouth defense. Still trying to find their identity in the run game. So this is a clash of styles. Should be a great game as Tennessee runs their first play, and it's a run, good gain of 7
to the 20.
But Kansas is getting ready,
and it is hype in Lawrence, like Micaiah said. 7 more schools they haven't been to. Kansas was one of them. They were to the end zone. They're going to start at about the 24. We're not probably going to commentate, but we will give our comment on it. Big dude, 6.
Big boy. Desmond Howard was saying on game day, we got another person. There are only 2 ever college players ever to cards. It is Max. And Simeon's going to check the live stream himself.
Oh, wow. We're chugging. Okay. It's whatever. We're going to have fun with it,
We're
and
gonna
that's
have
what
some fun.
matters.
Is the Wi-Fi not keeping up or what?
I'm not sure. I think it's my computer, to be honest with you. I think my computer kind of sucks.
And Duggan's off and running again, and TCU in 2 plays is already to the 50-yard line.
The Wi-Fi is doing exactly what it should be doing. So who knows? We should be okay. We'll figure it out. We're obviously look like I look hideous right now.
You look fly as a white guy in your Michigan uniform and Michigan hat there, or I should say Michigan t-shirt. Tennessee's on the board early at LSU.
That's huge for Tennessee. LSU should be concerned. I'm not going to.
And in 3 plays, TCU is already to the Kansas 30-yard line, and they are just rolling right along.
So it looks like this is the 71st meeting of Indiana and Michigan. The last meeting in 2020. Oh, the last meeting in Bloomington in 2020. Indiana won a 38-21 game. That was the COVID year that Michigan just absolutely looked trash.
Roberto says that it sounds like we're driving through a tunnel surrounded by Jello.
That's hilarious, first of all.
Also, but not great.
There's not also much I can do about that. This is why I wanted to use a different software.
Well, why can't we use that software?
Because we already started the live stream on this.
Oh, okay.
As we both go try to figure out what's going on here.
Well, it sounds fine on my end now.
Yeah, it sounds fine on mine.
This is really funny. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Everybody, Mom is in the chat.
Yeah, it sounds fine for us, ladies and gentlemen. So I think everything's going well now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're just going to have fun. Put us on in the background and just enjoy it.
And I don't know what happened with Michigan, but I think they got a first down already. So it's great. Oh, they are going with white uniforms or white shirts, yellow bottoms. Looks great.
And what is that? That's a touchback for the Tennessee LSU game.
And
as Kansas makes a stop, their first.
So it is 2nd down and 10 here. This is like some exciting stuff here. Oh, Michigan getting out and running with a little Ronnie Bell action.
Does sound like a him problem now. Shout out to Roberto, who was listening, and now he's not. We seem to be fine now. And moral of the story, Simeon needs a new computer.
Well, I don't know if that's it, because again, it's working.
I don't need a new computer. I mean, it was.
Kansas with their first down or their first 3rd down attempt on defense.
Day hype
today.
Logan Jr. This is the first time that Kansas crowd has ever affected a Kansas game.
First time in the history of Kansas. Oh, for football. Oh, Ronnie Bell with what a catch along the sideline.
With the toe tap.
With that little toe tapper. It is 3rd and 7. Kansas going to bring some heat here.
Can they make a stop? This is huge.
Red zone stop. Duggan throw in. Incomplete. Kansas gets a 3rd down stop to force a field goal attempt.
That's huge. Again, this is 19 Kansas taking on 17 TCU in Lawrence. Big game. Good block by that.
Oh, and Corum's out and running. Corum makes a cutback. Corum to the 20. Corum to the 10, and it's a touchdown.
Yep, touchdown Michigan. We're not going to do the fight song just to save everybody watching.
But that was an explosive run, or are they going to mark him short now? Simeon, look at this cutback as TCU adds a field goal. Looks like they have him here, but watch this cut.
I'm watching.
You're going to get a lot.
He's so tiny.
And then he's off for a big gain. Good block downfield by Andrell Anthony. It was only going to be a man.
You
Oh,
know-
they did mark him short
Okay.
at the 1.
He reminds me a lot of Tabitha.
Meanwhile, Tennessee gets a punt. Tennessee's returning the punt. Tennessee's got the punter to beat and
Wow.
doesn't beat him.
Pat
Corum
McAfee.
gets the touchdown from the 1-yard line, so that gives him 11 on the year.
Wow.
Exciting things are happening all around.
We're screaming and making noises.
Mouth noises.
I think I killed a guy.
Mom also says we sound normal to her.
Okay.
So it is just a Robert thing.
Sucks to suck.
Robert said I had to restart. So much better. It's Corum. Robert, we got it. It's Corum, baby. It's Michigan up 6.
Makai's a little bit excited. Michigan's going to tack on the extra point as Tennessee starts at the opponent's 27.
So
no, that's the average start of the drive, but they are starting at the 26.
They are starting at LSU 26. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just great stuff.
You know, you don't have to say ladies and gentlemen.
I can't help it. What else am I supposed to say?
Do you think you can keep this energy up the entire
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, it's 3 hours of this, and I remember the last time we did this, which we recorded, and I remember both of us wrapping this up
and just being like,
start off with our first left turn of the game, brought to you by you guys, anchor.fm/4th-and-1. I up till it's here, and we got some coffees, we got some breakfast sandwiches. Hey, look, listen.
LSU forces a field goal attempt. Big in that game.
Big in that game. I'm in love with humanity right now because a guy held the door open. I was thinking positively.
Up and good, 10-0
And
Tennessee.
my wife goes, yeah, it's just a culture. Wawa is a culture.
Community, I think, is what it is.
It's a community. Micaiah, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yep.
10 calling people who go to a convenience store a culture. 1 being Albert Einstein. How stupid was that comment?
I don't know, because I mean, Wawa and Sheetz are 2 separate communities. You have people that love their Wawa and people that love their Sheetz. So her comment isn't 100% off base. However, it is a little weird for her to say.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. I do think it's a 10 out of 10 on the weird scale. I don't know how people going to a convenience store can be a community. In fact, the person who lived in Philly that we know the longest said that he had the opposite expectation. So, it is what it is. Shout out to Cameron as Kansas starts the drive with a nice 5-yard run.
Yes, and so this is the first look. They are scoring 41.5 points a game. That's second in the Big 12.
I think only to TCU.
Only to TCU.
Yeah.
So we are high flying. The over-under, I think, closed at 70. When we told you to get it, it was 67.5.
Wow. Okay.
So there's that.
For those of you keeping track, we'll obviously cover this on our weekly as we roll out here. What has he got? Goes short, gets hit as he's thrown, but it's a 4th down, 15-yard catch for Kansas. So what was I going to say? I'm 0-3 on my picks after a great start to the season. All my Friday night picks missed. And the worst part is that Nevada lost on a roughing the kicker penalty.
Yeah, not great there. I will just make a note for everyone. If you're having a problem with the sound or whatever, it seems to be if you back out and then come back in, it's fixed itself, because we are high flying on this end. Every time I tune in, the sound is good. So if you're having issues, we do apologize. We want you to be here. So just refresh your screen. I would just hit that refresh button and we're good to go. You're not going to miss much, or we'll catch you up. Horned Frogs defense is last in the Big 12 in yards per game, giving up 460 yards a game. Michigan is now on defense, so we'll have to see how that goes. It is 2nd and 1. This is a rivalry game for Indiana. So Michigan's defense, this is another test for them as well. And it is 2nd and 10. Long throw for Jalen Daniels, and it is incomplete. Simeon, how would you rank these commentators that are on for FS1?
I don't know who these are, but pretty good so far. I mean,
Well, the guy talking now is Brock Heward.
I don't know who that is.
Well, he used to be on ESPN, and he was very good.
Oh, okay. So,
And then he went to Fox, and then they got rid of his running mate. And I don't like the play-by-play guy very much, but, it is what it is.
he reminds me of Reese Davis. They are 60% on third down conversions. Oh, is he
Throwing on the run, back shoulder fade? No pass interference. Could have been.
What do you think of Kansas's script? I really like their numbers on their jerseys.
Very interesting, but yeah, it's not the tip.
I like this throw. I'm not gonna lie.
I think you could have gotten pass interference there.
He turned his head a little bit.
He almost caught the guy's helmet. Michigan forces its first third down of the game today. Whoever is watching right now, the one and only person watching, thank you so much for being with us. Hello, it is 3rd and 13. Connor Bazelak goes down, and it is Michael Barrett, the middle linebacker.
What is TCU doing right now on this punt return?
Well, I don't know, but it's working out, and now it's not. So there's that. So LSU, we're going to go to commercial at Kansas TCU here. Max Duggan back on offense. Kansas really needed to score there.
Kansas really didn't need to score there.
Michigan has forced a punt from Indiana. Again, the over-under for this closed at 2.5. As A.J. Henning's going to return the ball.
Michigan plus the points. There's a flag, probably illegal block. It's minus the points. I'm sorry, I say that. A long plus as in with the points. Because they're going to beat them by more than 2.5 when we had this. Let's see what this penalty was. A legal block in the back. Okay. Simeon's going to go get it seltzer because
that's what he do, baby.
That's what I do. And Micaiah is going to carry you as we basically all go to commercial. And you know what? We can't just bring you guys all hype all day, every day, 24/7. But we're glad that you decided to watch this or come along and comment with us and drop us.
And Simeon's been wanting to do this for a while. You can go. I can take it from here. Thank you.
I'm trying to say thank you.
Well, yeah, but you were taking too long. So thank you, everyone, for being with us. Go follow us on Instagram at 4th and 1 Podcast. Those the words are all spelled out for you there. So LSU has a 3rd and 13, and they convert a much desperately third down for them. Tennessee is leading 10-0. Michigan's back on offense, but at commercial right now, up 7-0. This is something Simeon's been wanting to do for a long time, so I'm glad we could do this for him. And it's a great way to kind of watch the games if you're unable to watch the games, if you enjoy listening to us. If you don't enjoy listening to us and you're still watching, I want to ask you why you are doing that. But it is what it is. And thank you for tuning in anyway. And so we're just going to kind of take you through the game. We'll be with you for the next about 3.5 hours. We'll finish out the noon games for you, and then you guys are by yourself to wrap up the day with the college football action. So LSU is now to their own 45-yard line, 46-yard line, I should say, as Tennessee's defense can be a little porous at times as they do a run to midfield. So this is kind of seems like a must-scoring drive for LSU to kind of stay in contact. However, the game has not started very well for them at all. They had the turnover on the kickoff, then the punt return all the way into their territory. Meanwhile, Max Duggan gets crushed in the face, finds a wide open receiver, and they are already to their 40-yard line.
Speaking of LSU, how are you rating Brian Kelly's job so far? Do you think he's doing a good job? Lost his first game to FSU, then won the last 4, now taking on a top 10 team here, ranked 25th.
Yeah, I think that this season is going a little better than I thought for him. Again, his brand of defense is a hard mouth, line of scrimmage. He wants to be able to run the ball. Quarterback doesn't turn the ball over and then be explosive at times down the field. By the way, that man's can koozie in the Tennessee game is not doing anything with how big that bottle is, but that is what it is. I would say to this point, it's a success. It's a success. Now, he will only be graded in this job as he always is comparatively to Alabama.
Sure.
And that is what it is. But he's just going to have to keep chugging. Expectations already are too high for year one. I thought that they were a 7-5 team. However, only with one loss to this point, you might be only looking at 3 losses on the year.
I'm
as
impressed.
TCU moves into Kansas territory already.
I'm impressed with Kansas's. This sounds weird, but I'm impressed with Kansas's tackling right now. They're getting after it, even if they lose the guy. That's two zone play. Well, I don't know. The play before that was the zone play, but this. I'm just stroking out over here. You know what?
Well, and the thing
I'm drinking
with
a LaCroix Razcran.
The things with these air raid teams that like to throw the ball a lot, is the goal for them is to get their playmakers in space, get the ball as quickly as they can, and then let their wide receivers running back do the rest of the work. As Kansas gets offensive line pushed TCU's running back forward for a gain of 1 and the first down on third down. You got to be able to tackle in space, my dude. That's what I'm trying to say. You got to be able to tackle the playmakers,
which they have done so
space.
far, 10 out of 10.
Meanwhile, J.J. McCarthy leads the nation in completion percentage. He hasn't thrown an interception in the last 108 pass attempts. He's been very good this year for Michigan, and that's kind of what they ask him to do as they let JJ keep it off the end slide. That should have been a penalty. One did not come. Max Duggan's off and running and has a gain of 6.
I think it's going to be more than 6. I'm judging you hard right now.
Mother has chimed into the chat. I'm seriously having major flashbacks to my father listening to Detroit Tigers games on his transistor radio that he would stick in his pocket while gardening.
You guys have great radio voices. Thanks, Mom.
And JJ McCarthy, it was an end around to Donovan Edwards, and it brings up Michigan's first down of the game. 2nd and 3 for TCU.
What our parents are saying is that what my mom is saying is that we're old people.
And we don't got great faces.
Yeah, I was more thinking as like a joke of like we would be great on a medium that's dying slowly.
Sure. Well, and the podcasts are just up-to-date radio, so it works.
You're not wrong.
Meanwhile, Indiana's got Michigan at a 3rd and 11.
3-1. Do you think this is an inside zone?
Got him. Couldn't make a man.
Hey, look, it was an inside zone, and they stopped him. They better not give that to TCU.
I think you go for it. He does appear short.
Oh, it's a chick. There's another female. That's the second in a week that I've seen. Good for her.
Good stop in the backfield. He does appear just short.
You know who else was? You know who else was short?
JT. JT was short, ladies and gentlemen.
JT Barrett was short.
So Michigan's going to have to. That loss on 2nd down, Michigan's going to have to punt.
It looks like it was a face mask on Tennessee.
TCU is going for it. Could be a big stop. And
it is a big
stop for Kansas.
That's huge because the other one was close, but that one. Oh, okay. We have to answer what an inside zone is for Mom. Do you want to take care of this?
Well, I will, but a big stop for Kansas if you are down to 10-0 to TCU. I understand TCU has a very porous defense, but you don't want to get behind by these guys by 2 scores because
no bueno.
It won't end well.
No bueno.
Mom, an inside zone is
a run play to start off with.
It's a run play where you run in between. There's a zone in the offensive line. You run in between typically the center and the guard, so you're running inside.
So you take the middle guy and the guy to his left, and you go in between the gap in between them.
The guy who snaps the ball and the guy next to him, and you go in between them.
Yeah.
Some way. So that's what an inside zone is.
That's what the play that they ran. He ended up not going into that gap. He actually bounced it back.
Because
the other
Kansas
side.
did a great job.
They one could say they plugged a hole. Yep.
Yes, indeed. Meanwhile, LSU's on a little bit of a drive here, all the way down to
but they've had a hard time.
20-yard line.
They've been having a hard time. The last play was stopped at the line of scrimmage. That another run play. It's now 3-8. Why are we watching what the actual F is this Upwork? That's weird. Dude, commercials are how weird are commercials?
Commercials are very weird. However, when you get to 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night, you just start to see the repeats of everything. So they do kind of get old. It is 3rd and 8 for LSU from the Tennessee 18. Snap, here we go. It is going to be a quarterback run, and he's going to end up about 3 yards short.
Raggy, that's Jalen Daniels, correct?
No, that's Jaden.
Jalen
Daniels is the Kansas quarterback.
Yeah, so it's all very confusing. For those of you keeping track, we need to get up with more unique names but also don't have a. Can we just name everybody like John?
I think that would be just as confusing, my dude.
But if it was like John Alderman, what happened to all those last names of people who their last names were just the jobs that they did, like Tanner or Smith?
So Robert is chiming in and going, Texas is about 150 times better with Quinn Ewers under center.
Hey, Robert, tell us something we don't know.
Yeah, come on, Robert. We all know this. Robert.
Also, Robert, you need to put these things in the chat so that we can both interact with them.
He might not be watching, my dude.
There's 2 people watching. It's Mom and Robert.
Well, it could be Mom and Dad.
It could be.
Could be Mom and Dad. Or it could be Mom and someone we don't know.
It could be. I mean, yeah. I guess. Also, thank you for watching, you 2 people. You are beautiful, and I love you both. I'm not going to give you my first child, though, because I really do like kids.
We are only 28 minutes in. How you doing, bud?
You know what? I'm vibing now. I'm gotten to the point where I'm vibing. I'm excited for all the games. Kansas is America's real team, unlike the Cowboys. What is it with these rollout plays? Get rid of it. Thank you.
Rollout plays are good. It gets your quarterback out of the pocket a little bit, lets him use his athleticism. Typically, you can either throw the ball downfield or the quarterback can scramble. Very well defended by TCU. Indiana's in another 3rd and short. It looks like 3rd and 1. They will run it, and
they're going to get it. Yo,
Mike Sanders still tries to go up and over, and they're going to give it to him.
Is that who that was?
It was Mike Sanders still, yes.
The dude just went up to, there was the pile that they were pushing. Nope, Dad is watching the kids.
All righty, so it might be Robert.
Shout out to Wesley and Henry, our nephews.
No! Kansas on a little end-around play here.
Smacks? So shout out to the Mr. No Man and Mr. West Man. We love you guys, and I will see you later. Micaiah loves football more than he loves you. We went to Allison Williams. Out of 10, how good is Allison? 1, 2, 3, 6.
7.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good name.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Michigan is giving up a couple first downs, and now Indiana's got another 3rd and short, where you want to live against Michigan.
3rd and short? Or just short?
Well, against top teams, you want to be ahead of the sticks, which is... assuming you can get 3 yards every play.
I'm not going to lie. I've been pretty impressed with Kansas's O-line so far. But yeah, the commentator just said there's nowhere to throw the ball. Their cornerbacks are locking down his wideouts.
Oh, Indiana's going deep in double coverage on 3rd and short. No flag, 4th and 1. You got to think that Indiana's going to go for this, because why would you bomb it on 3rd and 1?
You kind of have to. Michigan's been having their way with most.
Look at that double perfect coverage, though.
Yeah. Oh, almost blocked by TCU as Kansas's punts.
By the way, the over is
he's out at the 10. That's a good punt for Kansas.
The over is in major jeopardy right now for Kansas TCU.
Well, that's why I wouldn't have bet this one.
Oh my goodness, they did indeed call pass interference.
The boys say hi. They like the shout out.
Oh, thanks. Hi, guys. Welcome. Oh, we got 3 now. And Dad's one of them.
Dad's one of them. And technically that is 3. Well, 4 if he has Isabella, but he probably doesn't. Abigail probably does. Also, 10 out of 10 namings for my sister with her kids. I like all of the names she gave her kids.
Well, I mean, Henry's an 80-year-old white man name. So.
Yeah, but you don't know a lot of Did you know a lot of Henrys growing up? I sure didn't. I don't think I knew a single Henry growing up.
Well, no, because they were all 60 years old at the time.
It doesn't matter. I didn't know any. I mean, Wesley's an 80-year-old white man name too.
Michigan's starting to step
but
up.
I'm just saying they're not gonna run into another Wesley Delp or Henry Delp. And Isabella's just classy no matter what time of the year.
Oh, meanwhile, the LSU guy fell down.
You look
He fell
silly.
down.
Oh, and then he got up and got the ball.
Oh, he got up and made the catch. Oh, my goodness. On 3rd and 13, Michigan gives up a ginormous pass play. Indiana enters the red zone. Michigan's defense needs to start.
So we're really not worried about Michigan's offense. We're worried about Michigan's defense this year, right?
Absolutely.
And I mean, I would be worried too because you're replacing a number 1 overall pick.
And specifically, their pass defense is kind of concerning me early in the season a little bit. It is 1st and 10 now for Indiana at the Michigan 11-yard line.
Well, and Indiana always plays Michigan.
Meanwhile, Hendon Hooker's going to scramble for a 1st down.
That's the Tennessee game for those of you keeping track, which is none of you because we're just jumping all over the place and we're having fun with it. Hooker, that's a bad last name. Because if his people, his ancestors got their last name based off of their job, that means someone in his,
meanwhile,
prostitute.
Oh my goodness. No tackling in the open field. Touchdown, Indiana. It is about to be 7 all in Bloomington.
Oh, that's a well-designed play for Tennessee getting stiff arms him. Oh!
Tennessee is going to rumble and tumble, and this game is threatening to get out of hand if Tennessee can convert here. A good wide receiver kind of bubble screen here. Good little
and then
stiff
just
arm.
Absolutely tells that guy to eat his hand.
Into LSU territory. They'll put the ball at the LSU 46-yard line.
TCU starts at the Kansas 10 with a rollout play and blows it up in the backfield, loss of 3.
Have you been surprised by the defensive showing by both teams?
Specifically Kansas, because I've seen exactly this many of their games.
That would be 0.
Yeah, that would be 0. Yeah. I also do have to say about last night before I get back to TCU Kansas game. Who was I disappointed in? Nevada,
yeah.
No.
Memphis. Yeah.
Memphis got scored 26 points
in the 4th quarter.
To lose by 1. So just very disappointed. Bubble screen for TCU. I have been impressed with TCU's defense. I will give that.
So Memphis was winning by 19 in the 4th quarter. Houston,
they were up
scored
14-0 in the first.
Straight points.
Yeah.
And won the game.
Yeah.
So Simeon is 0-3 on his bets today. We will see how mine turn out. I told everyone to take the over for Kansas TCU, and we are not doing that too well.
But I'm enjoying the game. TCU is 1 for 3 on 3rd down. Again, I'm having more fun with this game than the Tennessee game and the Michigan game, not going to lie. And this is to be expected. Kansas rushes 3.
Oh, 3rd and 5. Fit it in there.
That was a rocket. Blow the whistle. Thank you. Dear Lord.
1st down, TCU.
How bad are refs? Because I feel like they're bad.
It depends what conference. I think the Big Ten has pretty bad refs.
The Big 12 actually does have some pretty good refs.
Out of all the refs, probably the Big 12 has the best refs, I would say. Meanwhile, Matt
and they're back at the 10. All of the yardage that TCU has made up on the drive, they literally just lost because of a sack. I think that's what I've been most impressed by Kansas so far, is their defensive line has kind of reminded me of Michigan's defensive line minus the explosiveness. But even now we've seen the explosiveness. I just wasn't expecting that out of out of a Big 12 school. And so I've been really impressed. I'm liking what I'm seeing from a culture perspective as 99 just backs up an offensive line. And again, open field tackling. Kansas, whoever's doing the tackling drills at Kansas is doing a great job and needs to get a raise.
And in a fast-moving first quarter, we are at the end of the first quarter. TCU is up 3-0. The over of 67.5. Not looking great. However, both these teams can be explosive at any time.
Well, it depends how tired they get in the second half.
Tennessee, meanwhile, faces a 3rd and 8 from the LSU 21, going deep. And that was a miscommunication. So Tennessee's going to trot on for a field goal attempt here.
I'm going to itch myself with the microphone.
All right. Well, that's a weird flex, but okay.
Also, your probably audio quality is better than normal because you actually have a pop filter today compared to
normal.
Yeah.
So
I just like roasting you if I can.
So what I hate a lot
commercials
is commercials as Tennessee lines up for a field goal now is that the fact that they put these big high profile games on at noon. So like next week, Michigan, Penn State on at noon. Like,
yeah, but see, then you can take a Saturday afternoon nap if you want to.
I mean, I guess as Tennessee's field goal is up and
what's
good,
more sexy?
13-0.
A sexy lunch with the sexy game or a sexy afternoon snack? Because you're not going to be competing with ABC. You're going to put on a 3:30.
Oh, we're
you're
flashing over Bijan Robinson score. It is 7-0 in the Texas in the Red River rivalry.
Thank you, Micaiah. Way to not. I would have stroked out there.
Oh, and
Mississippi State decided to start playing their seasons apparently 5 weeks in because they're up 14-0 against Arkansas. I kid you not. I'm pretty sure they just started playing football. They just decided. Oh, someone's injured. Oh, no, that's just the injury tent.
Well, or the equipment. I don't know what's going on here.
That's the Michigan game. Oh, no, that is out on the field.
What's going on here?
We are going to stop for 1 second. Sorry, guys. We're going to find out. I think it's an injured Wolverine in the Michigan-Indiana game. We're going to try to find out what that is for you and get back to you. You know, if we had the chance to commentate a game, would we? Or is an injured Indiana play?
Uh-oh.
They stretchered him.
It looks like a coach. There's an injury in the LSU Tennessee game. It is and we are just getting back. It's 3rd and 22 in TCU, Kansas.
I'm looking at the
play. Hold on.
Yeah, nothing's on ESPN yet. I think it's
It looks like a coach.
It looks like a Michigan coach. It's not CFP Robert, LOL. It looks like Mike Hart. Robert says it looks like Mike Hart.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's Mike Hart then. 2nd year in Ann Arbor. Did he slip and fall? Did he have a heart attack? That's no bueno.
Maybe he passed out.
I like the sky cam trying to get an angle right there.
Yeah.
It is Mike Hart. So something's going on with Mike Hart. We will figure that out, or probably Robert's going to beat us to it because he's better at our job than we are.
CFP Robert. I love the name Roberto. So he is the running game coordinator and the RB coach. So they will obviously have someone step in for this. Not really sure what's going on. Big loss coaching staff-wise, if that is for multiple weeks. Meanwhile, Kansas has the ball back after forcing a punt and gets a gain of 3 on the quarterback run. whenever the Michigan game, Indiana game gets back, we got a kickoff there as that game is all tied at 7. So, Simeon,
Yeah. What were we talking about before?
Blake Corum is in tears. Donovan Edwards is in tears. Again, that is their guy. That is their kind of their coach, not the head coach, but their coach. So, how do the players react against Indiana now? Because you're in a tough rivalry game with Indiana. Kansas bounces it to the outside and is near midfield now.
That's a pretty good explosive play for Kansas. How do you...
Well, here's how you answer the call. You go off, son.
Yeah, you have to.
You now rush for 350 yards combined between Donovan Edwards and Blake Corum. You go off. You go to the post conference. You're all teary-eyed. You said, this one's for Mike, man. You put the team on your back, as he did back in 2007 after 2 really bad losses. Mike Hart put the team on their back and was still in a position to win that Big Ten at the end of the year.
I'm just looking at Twitter.
Kansas is finally starting to move the ball a little bit into TCU territory. We are back underway.
Apparently,
Michigan,
he
Indiana.
collapsed on the side thinking a stroke or a heart attack. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Robert. Thank you so much for confirming that. And are obviously T's and P's, as we say. T's and P's to Mike Hart and both his family at Michigan and Indiana. He was big at Indiana for a while as well. So
the last time Indiana beat Michigan, he was the running back coach and associate head coach there. And then which was just asinine that he didn't end up at Michigan firstly. And so now he is back at Michigan. So thoughts and prayers here. Kansas starting to move the ball a little bit.
Both Indiana and Michigan have good medical schools.
Yes. Michigan, one of the best in the country.
Our old neighbor, John Mast, went to Indiana Medical School. So shout out to Dr. John Mast. Was my boss for a little bit. He went to Indiana Medical School.
There we go.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
There's a fun...
Meanwhile, LSU just keeps shooting themselves in the foot. They had a holding call. They now will face, it was 1st and 20, and it'll be 3rd and 1 at the end of the first quarter.
It looks like they're trying to get a playoff, though. No, they're gonna finish it out. So this is, you have to bounce back here. It's a huge, I mean, knowing what our dad went through, if it is a heart or a stroke, you, as Blake Corum does, get a first down and goes off for like an 8-yard run. You have to bounce back. There is no, especially in this case, you have to bounce back. You have to stay focused. It's in a game. You can't do anything now. So
you're in a rivalry game. You got to win the football game. You're the number 4 team in the country.
There's nothing you can do about it. He's going to be proud of you no matter what. But if you win, he's going to be even more proud. So that's just all I'm going to say.
Ball out Blake Corum, as he already has a great start to the game.
JJ McCarthy continues to up his percentage numbers as he completes another pass.
And you just got to keep moving the ball forward.
And it looks like there's a fumble in the Kansas TCU game.
And it is 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So Kansas went to work, moved the ball all the way to the TCU 31-yard line.
And again, if you're just joining us, we got 3 games going on.
We got 4 people in now.
That's why I'm giving a recap. Thanks for paying attention. We got Michigan, Indiana with Mike. We're still waiting on an update from Mike Hart. We got Tennessee, LSU. Tennessee's up 10-0, and we got TCU, Kansas on our main screen. It's 4th and 5. Kansas is going for it.
You're in that mid-between. Here we go. Kansas takes the snap. Throws the ball. It's a good throw.
Oh, he dropped it.
And he dropped it. Oh, my goodness.
That's a good defense.
Meanwhile, J.J. McCarthy, this throw, Simeon, that's why he's in the game.
Oh, my gosh. That was as
rollout.
Beautiful as my wife.
Hey, and not CFP Robert. Guess what? Guess who he didn't throw it to there? Yeah, you already know.
I don't. Who did he not throw it to?
If he responds in the chat, you'll know.
Okay.
I'm hoping he responds in the chat.
Does Gus Johnson need different adjectives?
Yeah, he needs less adjectives.
Oh, he really does like his adjectives as the mascot comes down the stairs. My wife forgot her phone. She's trying to ignore us, and I get flipped off. Love you too, my love. Dookie, what's going on?
Indiana will force a 3rd and 7 here.
He hasn't been targeted all game as he should.
It is Cornelius Johnson who we both believe lost Cade McNamara his job in week 1. Cade McNamara came out, played very solid week 1, threw the ball to Cornelius Johnson 3 straight times, and 2 of them were drops.
I remember that. Was that the guy?
That was that guy. So it is 3rd and 8 here. Michigan really not staying ahead of the chains early. However, in rough field goal range, I would like a first down here. Maybe run and go 2 downs. Indiana going to come with the blitz. Throwing it over the middle. 2 guys in the same area.
Kind of also almost picked off
there is a flag. There's a flag.
It's going to be first down. It looks like
J.J. McCarthy's
touching his face.
He's saying
He's either saying, I forgot to put on aftershave, or...
Nope, they got Michigan.
All right, well, never mind then. You guys suck. No, I'm joking. Okay. Yo, dude, I was driving in to Lidditz, and I saw a Ohio State sign. I think we should go egg that person's house.
Let's not go egg that person's house, though.
Voice of reason as always. But, yeah, I booed them and hated them.
As you should. As you should.
They did have college football on, so I did appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, you got to...
You can't just rep the flag and not...
Thank you for the shout out. It's Jake Moody.
And thank you for the share, Mom, on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Jake Moody lines up. It is up. It looks good. It is good. So Michigan takes a 3-point lead there. However, 2 drives had stalled
Brian
out.
Kelly not very happy. Also,
if I may
Mom, we're probably not going to do you proud. Just going to let you know that.
I may make one critique.
Yeah.
Indiana's pass defense is absolutely garbage.
Okay.
Throw the ball a little bit.
You just said they should run it.
No, I'm saying that's what the running back should do to honor Mike Hart. I'm saying Michigan's play calling, maybe you throw a little bit more.
Well, he did try to throw it. He
4th and 1, Tennessee gets another stop.
They do. They do get another
stop. They do get another stop.
Tennessee
so
is a Rocky Chalky Jayhawk, except that's the wrong. It's what? So Rocky Top Mountain Top or whatever it's called.
It's rock. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds
right.
Hey,
at least we have a simple one. We're just go blue. You know,
these defenses in Kansas TCU. If you would have told me it would have been 3-0
with
midway
9.5
through the second quarter,
yeah,
I would be like, you are absolutely wrong, sir.
It's about as surprising as seeing your grandma naked.
Okay.
I like it. Okay.
All righty.
Interesting. I'm just looking at the coach, the Garrett Riley, who I'm guessing is the offensive coordinator. Yeah, for TCU. He would have come with Sonny Dike to... Shout out to the Gray Podcast.
The Gray Podcast. What's up, Carlos?
Thank you
for joining us on this day today. Touchdown, Rocky Top on a 45-yard reception from Hendon Hooker to Jalen Hyatt.
Oh, Carlos, it's okay. We still love you. Carlos says he was cooking.
Bring
That's
some
okay.
of that food over, Carlos.
Listen,
go check out my main man, the Gray Podcast, everywhere you get your podcast.
Thanks for shouting him out. Go check him out.
Michigan.
Listen, food's more important than football. Even I guess that.
It is sometime. My Tennessee minus the 3, I'm feeling very confident in right now.
Okay, so if this continues to go and the final's like 35-7.
We'll put on the Red River rivalry.
No. I'm saying if this...
get that sack. Get that. Yeah, Michigan. That's
good.
what I'm talking about, Harold. 3rd and long. And they get him for an unsportsmanlike? Are you serious? What is this madness you have called Sparta? Get out of here. Wow.
For celebrating? Is that what they're calling here?
Well, let's see what he did here.
We're looking at the Michigan replay right now.
First of all, secondary did a really well job. They blocked it up. It's supposed to be a deep shot. Blocked it up. Got the sack. But they've
He
been
sniffed
allowing
his
that all
fingers?
year.
Am I not allowed to sniff my
How
fingers?
is that?
Apparently, I'm not allowed
He
to sniff
took,
my
for
fingers.
those of you who aren't watching, he took his fingers and wiped it across his face mask instead of, doing the, like it's over, like the under the throat slash.
And
Meanwhile-
ball don't lie.
Well, meanwhile, Michigan has just cranked up the pressure. So they've been allowing that face slash all season. I do not understand. Like we said earlier, terrible Big Ten refs.
Yeah. What can we say? What can we say?
And we're about to be into the second quarter with Michigan up 7-0.
So
Carlos says, I've seen that celebration 69 times this year and nothing. Thank you, Carlos, for justifying just how bad the Big Ten refs are.
69 times for 420 yards. Very nice, Carlos.
Very nice. Welcome, everyone. We are up to 5 people, my dude.
For those of you not keeping track or who may have just joined us again, I'm just gonna give this a rundown. We have 3 screens. We don't expect you guys to have 3 screens. Main game up is TCU Kansas. I would suggest putting that game on. It has been
very competitive,
and a fun game to watch.
A very fun game to watch.
If you're gonna pick another one, put on either the Red River rivalry or Michigan Indiana. Those are the early ones. We're gonna be here till the end of all 3 games. And of course, it's brought to you. We couldn't have done this without you guys and your support. Anchor.fm/4th and 1. We love doing this. We love having fun and we love being hype.
Also, give us a follow on Instagram at 4th and 1 podcast. TCU false start on a 3rd and short, makes it 3rd and long. Kansas bringing a little heat. Max Duggan's going to step up. Go, buddy.
No, tackle from behind. What's more annoying? Big Ten referees or political ads?
They're close.
They're very close.
They're closer than what you think. It's definitely political ads, though. But Big Ten refs are equally as awful.
I kind of want to see Kansas go like 11-1 this year.
I would love to see Kansas go 11-1
and then win
year.
their bowl game.
I would love Kansas to represent the Big 12 in the college football playoff. I'm all for it.
And then Adidas needs to get on this and give them like some sick ass unis.
Well, they did plan for a big like expansion project to up the facilities.
I mean, I bet they did. Here's the issue, okay?
It's 20-0
with Adidas,
by the way.
Specifically,
LSU.
I'm like almost dripped in Adidas right now. By dripped, I normally wear a lot of Adidas because they're super comfy.
What do you mean you're almost dripped? You got Adidas socks via pants.
What do you think I'm wearing underneath the pants?
I would hope underwear.
Yeah, Adidas underwear. That's all I'm saying.
So you have socks and underwear.
Normally, I have more Adidas stuff. Okay,
that's not even.
I wore Adidas shoes. I wore Adidas shoes here.
Not even 50% of your outfit.
Okay,
not even.
No, I get it. Can I finish my thought?
You cannot.
Okay, they need to put more effort in. That's what I'm saying.
Adidas
for college
does?
football. Yeah, Under Armour does. Nike does. And you're telling me that we can't? Adidas can't get on. Look at those Nike uniforms that Tennessee's wearing right now.
Well, because Adidas is more basketball.
Adidas is more international football is what they are, which,
Adidas?
by the way, Adidas.
And
the Adidas, for the record, all of their World Cup uniforms suck. At least they're not Puma. Nike's blowing it up in that.
Yeah, what kind of brand is Puma?
It is a brother feud.
By the way, nothing's happening right now. Tennessee's up 20-0 on LSU. And just can't do any, and LSU just can't do anything.
Should we
right.
put the Red River
We're not
rivalry on
missing
this?
much. I was gonna wait for one more score.
Okay, that's fair.
I was gonna wait for one more score, either Tennessee or LSU. If LSU gets a touchdown, see what happens. But
listen, I'm caffeinated. I'm hydrated. I am something aided. And we're having a good time.
Are you vaccinated?
I am.
You're vaccinated,
but I do not have the boosters.
Oh, well.
Because
it is what
I boost myself. Yeah. Okay. I just looked like a big meathead right there. Texas is up 14-0 against. Oh
no! Oh, this is Florida, Missouri.
Yes.
Florida gets a pick 6. So Florida had a couple tough losses. Up 10-0 on Missouri.
If you're Florida, are you more positive as a Florida fan or as a Miami fan with your new coach?
I'm sorry. I was watching Michigan. Who am I? What?
Who are you more confident about, Florida
Uh-huh.
as a Florida fan or Miami as a Miami fan? Who are you? Who's who's
Who am
having,
I more confident
in the
in?
future of?
As of this very moment, Florida.
That's why I'm asking you. I don't want you to,
Mario Cristobal, though, could get there. However, Mario Cristobal in big games has shown. Well, we'll see, bud.
Shout out to Gray in the podcast. Oh, that's why I never take the under. I don't take the under.
Well, but the rule of betting is they're under until they're not.
Wow, that's very deep.
But it works, though, right?
Yeah. Also, what's his name again?
Carlos.
Carlos, I hope that you didn't follow my betting this week because, dear Lord, I'm 0-3.
I don't know what the over-under was for Tennessee. LSU got a wide-open man!
This is Kansas.
Daniels, it's the tight end, down to the TCU.
He got like an extra 8 yards
line.
because of a stiff arm. I'm just going to...
Mason Fairchild, woo! Got a little pump there. My heart's kind of beating out of my chest. Here we go. All right, we're settling back.
Hold on.
Oh,
I need to look.
Turned the wrong way. Kind of stuck his hands out.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Whoever you are, you're not wrong.
That was a great catch. He threw it to the wrong side of the field.
What is the over-under on this game?
The over-under
63 and a half.
Well,
for
here's
for the Tennessee LSU game.
Well, here's the deal, Carlos. Thank you everyone for tuning in as we now have a few more viewers. Michigan can't stop pedaling. Kansas is inside the TCU 5-yard line.
They found a little bit of rhythm, which is it's huge. Do you think Donald Trump is proud of Kansas and what they're doing this season?
Okay, well, that's just a loaded question I'm not going to get into at all. Meanwhile, the offense is starting to pick up here.
Well, I think Joe Biden doesn't know where Kansas is.
Meanwhile, Michigan needs to cover.
Okay.
Their
Maybe
pass
that's too
defense
political
is
for this
just
group.
getting absolutely railroaded currently.
Indiana probably, first of all, has a lot of railroads going through them. Second of all, they always play Michigan well, especially when they're in Bloomington, as Kansas is now down to the 3-yard line, maybe.
It's big chunk plays, though. Michigan's got to start forcing field goals a little bit on their end. And another pass interference flag against Michigan. Michigan just... I mean,
Harbaugh's probably going to yell at them.
When you are a high-ranked team.
There you go. I got you, boy.
You have to play clean football.
You do.
I'm talking.
Oh, they're at the 1.
Oh, wait, there might have been a fumble. You got to play clean football is what I'm trying to say.
Who has the ball in Kansas? TCU.
TCU recovers the football at their own 1-yard line.
More like at their own half-yard line. Oh, it came out. That's...
So it's 1st and goal, Indiana. Robert's starting to sweat a little bit. And it's a touchdown, Indiana. And Micaiah's starting to sweat a little bit. And it's 14-10.
Listen, I'm never disappointed. It's 20-0 for the Tennessee
and
Volunteers.
LSU is punting again.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see all the memes. I follow all the SEC meme guys.
This is very simple stuff. Oh, what a pick play they didn't call! Are you kidding? Are you kidding me, Big Ten referees? You are awful. Wow. An obvious pick play. Obvious pick play. Wow.
Do you have any other adjectives you might want to use? No? Okay.
No. All I have is wow.
Micaiah says...
Oh, wait.
Wow.
Now maybe they threw one. Meanwhile, Kansas...
Okay, Kansas. Safety them.
Doesn't. Lets a wide open, and now the receiver's off and running. Oh, this might be a 99er. Nope, they caught him. We're down Big time completion. TCU
Pass
down to the
interference.
offense.
Pass
What a
interference.
great call. Look at this call. You're going to see this. They're going to get it out
Yep,
to the tight end. Receiver comes in. It's good coverage. Boom. Clearly offensive pass interference. I'm so glad they actually called that. Mofos. My God. I was gonna lose my mind. I need water as well. So at some point I'm gonna have to
You
go
should probably
upstairs.
go do that before. You should cool off a little bit.
Woo!
It's okay. I still love you.
Woo!
It's all gonna be okay.
All right. Wait, it might not be. If Michigan loses today, I'm gonna lose my shite.
They're a better team. We really just root. Whoa, my gosh, TCU, whoever this guy is. Who is this guy? Number 1 looks like a
Johnson does look like a Johnson.
We gotta look at this guy.
All right, Michigan, you have to allow a field goal now. It is 1st and goal from the 25-yard line. Is there any flag on that deep pass? No.
Quentin Johnson.
Quentin Johnson's currently just shredding Kansas in a 3-0 game. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he's shredding it this year.
Max Duggan is 10 for 11 for 140 yards.
Dude can throw around. Oh, jet sweep. Quentin Johnson again. Will he get the corner? No, he will not. Gobbled up by the Jayhawks. Thank you, everybody who liked it. We really enjoy doing this, and we're hoping to do it more.
Are we hoping to do it more?
Maybe not this year, but like get into it more.
I mean, I'm having a good time as Indiana's going to burn a timeout.
And looks like the quarterback is very upset.
Is very upset and yelling at the referee. Well,
or his teammates.
Or both.
Not sure.
All right, here we go. So TCU's got 2nd and 9 from the Kansas 12-yard line.
Is Danny DeVito cute short or weird short?
Weird short.
Okay. I got a weird.
Our wives are saying cute short. Max Duggan for the end zone.
Got it. And they said weird short.
No, they said cute short. Oh, your wife said cute short.
Liz doesn't know who Danny DeVito is.
1st and goal for the 1-yard line. She says she does know who Danny DeVito is.
I don't believe you. No, he does know who Danny DeVito is.
This is going to be. This is going to go to review.
Now, this is going to take 50 billion years. Also, Liz, that's kind of weird that you think he's cute short.
Can you bring me something to drink?
Are you not a man? Can you not go get it yourself?
Well, I can. Actually, never mind. I got to go to the bathroom soon anyway.
Gosh.
End zone, no! Why don't you run it? Why don't you quarterback sneak it from the half-yard line?
Why don't you just do the bush push or, something like that?
You're allowed to do the bush push now. And the only reason the bush push was a big deal was because technically it was illegal. Did you know that?
No, I also don't care because that was 2005 and I was 7.
And I was 7.
Like, why the F do I? It's like Reggie Bush not having the Heisman. I don't care. So he lived in some condo paid for by somebody else.
It was his mom, actually. It gets even worse.
So his mom was.
Would you like a Duke hair?
I would love a Duke hair. I probably
Ladies and
already have
gentlemen,
a billion.
we are.
They're finally gonna run it and touchdown.
look at that, you got it.
Look at that.
Everyone, if you're inside the 1-yard line, just run the stupid football.
Marshawn Lynch could really tell you that.
Did you see what happened? The Thursday night football game.
Oh my gosh, yes.
How they on 4th and 1 didn't run it one time, and it gave Richard Sherman a flashback, and it triggered him.
I didn't see the Richard Sherman thing, but I saw whoever the wideout was, or was it the running back, just get absolutely pissed.
Well, KJ Hamler, the wideout, to your point, was wide open on the play, and Russell Wilson I don't know what Russell Wilson was doing.
This is how stupid my one brother-in-law is. I tried to trade him Matthew Stafford for basically to get for a running back because I needed a running back in fantasy football.
Yep.
And he believed more in Russell Wilson than he did in Matthew Stafford.
And how'd that work out for him?
Not very well. I think Russell Wilson got him like 12 points this week. I'm playing him.
Excellent. What's your record in fantasy right now?
I am 0-4.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
My record in fantasy, my work league is 3-1. I'm on a 1-game losing streak, so the downhill slide starts now. Sorry to hear that you're 0-4 though, bud.
Yeah. Russell Wilson got 13 points. I kid you not. I have to see about my mat. I have to look at my results for the week, but like I had like the top scorers in most of the
Tennessee's rolling right along.
Do you want to
here
switch that
on
game?
a drive? No, again, like I said, let's just wait until they score.
All right,
Michigan needs to come up with a sack or something, and instead they're going to go deep. And is it a touchdown? No, it's out of bounds, so it's 3rd and goal from the 25-yard line. Hey, Michigan, let's not do anything dumb and give it up. Let's force a field goal here, okay? So I will present a question to the chat. Is everyone else surprised?
I'm always surprised
that Michigan is in a 3-point game in the second quarter to rival Indiana.
I'm never surprised.
Pass interference on LSU, so their day keeps going from bad to worse. So please respond in the chat accordingly. If you are surprised, Michigan is in a 3-point game.
Good use of chat. You got this down, bro.
Well, you know, I have seen a thing or two.
I'm just lounging at this point.
What's farmers? Something.
You don't have to be
ready. We're ready for a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Yeah,
or
that's
like
farmer insurance.
Yeah. So it is a field goal attempt. It would be a great bailout. It's a 41 attempt if Indiana missed here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a small screen, so I'm standing up to see.
Okay. Well, I know the answer if you want to know the answer. He makes it.
Well,
so
barely makes it.
It's 10-10.
How do you know that?
It up.
So I'm behind. We're behind.
This, for some reason, your YouTube TV is behind while the YouTube TV you give to our parents is also. Surprised? No. Shocked? Absolutely, from Carlos. My mom wants to know what the score of the Michigan game is.
Mom, it is now tied 10-10. Yeah. Michigan just needs to punch the ball in. So they had one negative playing that kind of back.
And I have to ask,
and the refs have been awful.
What's the difference between surprised and shocked? Because I feel like those are synonyms. Carlos, I love you, but
shocked is bigger than surprised, right?
No, I feel like you are shocked and you are surprised, and both expect. Like, shocked is more like startled, I feel like, where surprised is more like you were expecting one thing and got another. Like, a surprise can be funny.
As Michigan fans, as I don't know if Roberto's still watching, I'm just gonna tune in here. I'm not surprised by anything anymore. However, I did expect Michigan still moving the ball well offensively. It's their defense, though, that kind of needs a little bit of help here. Did Tennessee score again?
They're about to. I'm just switching off of it now.
All right,
We're gonna
go to the Red River rivalry, my dude.
That's what I was gonna do. It was either that or I was gonna put on the Tottenham Hotspurs game.
All right, well, that's not gonna happen.
Exactly. So that I put on the Red River rivalry.
All righty.
Oh. Your couch is very comfortable.
Thank you. Kansas finally opened up a little bit of holing. Oh, he breaks free.
You have to remember last time they did this, they got down to the 1-yard line and then fumbled the ball.
Okay, but, maybe this time they won't.
That is a very possible. Carrie chimes in with a sassy comment.
Any comments from the peanut gallery?
Surprise is like when your dog poops on the first try going outside at 5 a.m. Shocked is when your dog also picks it up.
All righty then.
Yeah, that's annoying. Dogs eating their own poop is weird.
I think he meant like with a doggy bag and would actually like pick it up, not like eat it for.
All right, Carlos, you got to clarify.
No, Carlos, do not clarify that. Oh, my goodness. You've got to be kidding me right now. We are only an hour and 10 minutes in, and we've fallen off the rails already.
Micaiah, we started.
Oh, boy.
Micaiah, we started off the rails.
Hey, we started off with high energy.
We still have high energy. I have more caffeine. I have a mini Coke. That's about the size of a small penis.
Does that make you feel like a giant? Oh, good. Kind of little speed option there.
It actually does make me feel like a giant.
I know. Hi, Carrie.
Carrie's coming down for her sassy comment.
Hi. I'm just bringing water.
Oh.
Thank you.
I'm going to bring a cup of tequila, but I thought that would be a waste of tequila.
Imagine if you... And I just took a sip.
It was going to be a great prank. Liz told me I should do it.
That would have been very hilarious. Meanwhile, this game is not much better. So, I mean, the Red River rivalry is 21-0. Are you surprised Michigan is
Michigan on the tiny TV?
because I am being a good college football fan, a bad Michigan fan, and I also expected.
You see, they're tied. Like they could lose.
Yes, I'm very well aware that Michigan could lose. I am very aware of that.
Kansas is now chiking chunks out of this
Who's watching?
TCU.
We have 3 people. Well, we have Carlos.
Oh, hi, Carlos.
We have my mother.
Hi.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
And the third person is a guest to anyone. We think it's Robert.
What's up, Robert?
All right.
And we had 6 people at one point.
We did have 6
Aw.
people. It is a live podcast. Hi. So,
Oh, Makai's looking at stats.
well, stats is really okay. We can get into this now.
Oh, yeah, let's do this
But-
since
but-
Kansas just called their
But
first time
let's
out
just
of the
hang
half.
on, let me explain. Stats will really tell you the story of the game. Meanwhile, Oklahoma is going to set up for a double pass and that not go work at all.
And Blake Corum gets a nice 5-yard run.
So, and
Dad.
it's Dad. Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
So it's
Insert, hey, Daddy comment from.
go ahead, explain your thing, or maybe you just want to play it. I don't know for the people.
I mean, listen. So, all the coaches were basically asked, "What's the most useless stat?" All the Big Ten coaches were asked, "What's the most useless stat in football?" And all the ones that have a losing record say passing yards, and all the good ones, aka Jim Harbaugh and what is his name? I just forgot his name.
Ryan Day.
Ryan Day said that nice. Said basically no stat doesn't matter. It's all about winning the game in points, basically.
Which but Penn State said penalty yards. They're terrible in penalty yards.
Yep.
But Iowa's coach, Kirk Ferentz, said passing yards.
Yeah.
Which is very ironic because his team cannot pass. Meanwhile, Michigan's got a 3rd down and they're going to have to punt. Indiana's defense is stepping up a little bit. My goodness.
I like Indiana's helmets.
Yeah.
They're not as cool as our helmets, but they're pretty nice helmets.
So Michigan's going to have to punt, just allowing, oh my goodness.
That's just bad receivership. Was that what's his face?
No, he had pressure right in his face. Meanwhile, Jalen Daniels running for his life. Throw it away,
Get
bud. Throw
rid of
away.
it.
Doesn't. So Michigan's going to have to punt.
And Jalen Daniels got hit hard, and that's not good for Kansas.
It does take a Michigan roll. The Red River rivalry isn't any closer as it is 21-0. We have switched from that game.
Oh, and that's Texas 21. So shout out to Texas.
yeah. So
Also, injured Jayhawk on the field. That is Jay Lynn?
Jalen Daniels.
Jay
correct.
Lynn Daniels, which is no bueno. He is in a lot of pain. And I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure who their backup quarterback is. That's not good.
Dad, you are absolutely right. Michigan needs to figure out
How
or
to get
better
it
figure
together.
out how to get it together.
Is that the type of advice you give to your team? Because if it is, Dad, you need to do better as a manager. I'm just joking. You're a fine manager. You know you're my favorite.
Well, I'm going to say this. I think Michigan needs to actually abandon the running, not totally abandon it, but throw a little more. Again, you're facing a Indiana defense.
You said that the second time now, and it's after they miss a throw.
No, but on early downs, I'm saying. Like it's a run.
I
They
see what you're
get
saying.
it's
They
run,
need to
it's
do the
2nd and 6, then they go
they need-
right back to the run.
They need to do the short stuff.
Yeah.
Also, you tell people they need to get it together when they know they're doing it incorrectly, and you need to give them the disappointed dad advice. So you tell them you guys need to get it together, and then they go and they get it together. Like you need to know your team. So that's why Jim Harbaugh could say it right now.
Kansas TCU game, very quick moving game. First half, we only have 41 seconds left.
So these games are normally about 3.5 hours, and we're at 1:15. So
Oh, was that picked? Almost
was
picked by
close.
Michigan.
almost picked by Michigan. It was close.
Abioki almost picked it. The transfer from
Oklahoma is the only FBS school with multiple 21-point comebacks. That was under Lincoln Riley, not Brent Venables. So we're going to go see what else is on this one here. I might throw on.
Did Tennessee score again? No, it doesn't look like it.
Should we put that one back on? Maybe Missouri, Florida. I don't know.
Oh wait, now we did pick it off.
Oh, there's another. There's
Abioki almost
developments.
picked it off and now did again. I'm sorry, it's Rod Moore, not Abioki, but still.
That's huge.
Michigan, I'd say.
What I'd say is suck it up, princess, and figure out what you do, what you get paid to do.
Absolutely great play by Rod Moore, the Michigan safety there. What they needed to do, Michigan is going over with the turnover glasses, by the way, the sunglasses. What do you think of that?
That's lame.
Okay,
that's what I think about
that's
that.
A little rude, I think.
Man, but it's true also.
But I think it's simple enough for Michigan. Like, you don't need to be flashy, but I feel like you do need a little.
We're going to put the Michigan game on here.
Why are we going to put the Michigan game on here?
Because I need to see it closer than all the way over there. I don't need to look.
See, look, they're passing on early downs here.
Wow, they're listening to you. This one is ahead, so there is a flag. I think we're about to see a flag over there. Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
So we're about to see a flag. And Kansas is trying for a 40-yard attempt here. They're on the right hash. Ball is up, and it is good. So Kansas is finally on the board with 36 seconds left. Kicker's trying to get the crowd back into it. That's good for him.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. They finally called one on Indiana.
Adriana's now in the chat.
Hi, Adriana. Welcome.
So, and I'm just waiting for it. Yep, wait. And Carrie says hi. Yep,
there
I was waiting for
it.
Yep.
You were waiting for that.
Oh, it's a late hit out of bounds. That's what they're calling in on it. And Indiana's coach is not very happy. I'm going to see if I can't find out if they announced what my cart got yet or not.
Yeah.
Have we heard from our not CFP insider?
I saw a thing, ticker come across. Oh my goodness! And now it's a sideline warning on Michigan. Can these Big Ten refs just let these people play? Come on. What are we doing here? So Michigan needs to convert this turnover into some points here. Kansas TCU is 10-3, which has shocked me. I thought it would be 24-27 by this point in time.
My cart is going to the hospital.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you collapse on the sideline, you probably should go to the hospital.
Doug Hayes on Twitter says, can we use the athletes in the secondary, please? Play some man, too soft. Okay.
They tackle Michigan behind the line on a running play. Again, little rollout here for J.J. McCarthy. Let him use his wheels a little bit.
Maybe a RB or bubble screen, maybe a little bit too.
I mean, look at this. Indiana.
They're expecting
as soon as the ball is snapped, they're just shooting the gaps and they're
which
just
is
running
almost
downhill.
like a time. Excuse me, that we should use a screen pass. Look at that. See, we can call plays.
Can you though?
If they throw a screen right now, I'm going to laugh in your face.
Okay.
We're watching this.
And they don't. Oh, wait. No, they're still.
No, that's a check down.
Oh, but
they did throw the ball.
They did throw the ball.
Put it right in his numbers.
Throw the ball. Early downs.
All right, so TCU got 36 points.
Was that Cornelius Johnson, by the way?
On the 35. Did he
that was a beautiful one-handed catch.
No, he didn't get it.
Oh,
he almost got it.
It was Cornelius Johnson. So not CFP Robert, insider Robert. Almost beautiful one-handed catch. Cornelius Johnson actually did something. Michigan's going to spend a timeout. As Jim Harbaugh knows, this is a big third down here.
There's 8 minutes left to go in that game. There's 30 seconds left to go in the TCU-Kansas game, and 8 minutes left to go in the blowout that is Tennessee-LSU.
Of the first half.
Yeah. Not of the game.
And Max
Kansas!
Duggan escapes.
Ooh, that was almost really bad on Kansas. They almost got a unsportsmanlike,
conduct.
Unnecessary roughness. Roof. Oh, that's gonna make your dog come down, probably.
Nope, just your wife.
Just my wife. I just accidentally called my wife a dog.
Well, that's a little hurtful.
Exactly. That's why I made the joke.
Todd, that's a little hurtful.
Love you, babe.
What are the whitest people's names you can think of? Is it Jeff and Todd?
My wife just said Micaiah. That's hilarious. Dude, you just got roasted. And I say that as Simeon. That's like one of the whitest guys' names possible.
Well, there aren't
Gary,
Well,
Chad,
of course, Makai is, and as Blake Corn
Luke,
gets a first down. By the way, of course,
Kyle,
Makai is a white person name because there's like one Makai.
Chris.
Oh, takes a shot downfield.
Oh, picked off
and
by
an
KSU.
Intercepted.
It's actually just KU.
It's just KU.
KSU's their rival in Manhattan.
Michigan is first and goal now. So,
and I'm just going to say it again. Walter, Fred, Glenn. Yep, that's a good one, Mom. I like all of those. Carrie, what are you wearing tonight? Grayson has my phone right now.
Okay. So Carrie is going to be wearing a burlap sack.
Adriana, I'm going to be really nice, and I'll go ask her for you.
6-inch high stilettos, as Kansas is going to take a kneel down. And the burlap sack does come all the way down to her belly button. So that's what she'll be wearing tonight. I already told her what you're wearing. Yeah.
Currently, I'm planning on wearing jeans and like tank top thing and this like shacket type flannel
Shacket?
that I bought. Yes.
Is that a shit jacket?
A shirt jacket. And some boots.
There you go. That's what Carrie
That's
will
what
be wearing
Carrie's
tonight
wearing
on her girls'
So,
night.
Again, I was not wrong.
This is where I will be. This
But
is
I
where
was
I will
not
be
right
saying.
either.
This is where I would put in a "no one cares" soundbite if we were using our favorite thing to hate. And this game should be 10-10 for the record. This Kansas TCU game, we need to realize that game should be 10-10 as Michigan goes for the back of the end zone
and doesn't get it.
We'll be kicking the field goal
here.
And I think Rachel bought some sort of bodysuit that she is wearing with jeans.
Oh my gosh, Carrie!
Just so you know. Okay, bye. See you later.
Thank you. No one can. She did,
see,
but she didn't ask what Rachel's
She didn't
wearing.
ask about Rachel.
She asked what you.
She didn't ask about Rachel.
Gosh.
This is a college football podcast, not a what is Rachel wearing podcast.
But Rachel's wearing a bodysuit
and jeans. Michigan's about to attempt a 26-yard field goal.
Hey,
it is up, and it is.
Adriana does bring
It's
up.
blocked. They didn't get it. Are you kidding?
No, they just gave it to him. What? No, they just did the thing. Yeah, I never got the whole jumpsuit thing. They look cozy AF, but yeah, like unless you have a butt flap, you're gonna have to get naked in order to go use the bathroom.
My goodness. So Michigan is doing everything wrong right now.
Carrie walked upstairs, but Adriana, I agree with you.
Are you kidding me, Michigan? Come on.
I don't know who that old white man is on the halftime show, but I totally agree. It is quite a good game.
How are you gonna go to the bathroom? Well, I mean,
I already covered this. You're behind.
Well,
be angry at Michigan.
I
go
am
back
angry
to doing
at
what
Michigan as LSU is about to score.
Go back to being what you're good at. I'll make the sassy comments with our guests on chat about using the bathroom in a jumpsuit. Hey Carrie, Adriana did say that she told Rachel not to wear that because how would she go to the bathroom? Carrie also told Rachel that.
I'm a little steamed right now at Michigan. Oh my goodness. You do everything.
Carlos,
wrong.
for the record, we almost had more fun with your wife than we did with you.
That's weird. Don't say that like that. Phrasing.
Nice.
Thanks.
Not like that.
And, it's been good. It's been good.
But honestly, your sassy comments are just as good. I understand why you guys got married. This bear commercial is really weird. And for those of you who watch TV still, which is probably very few of you, it's if you have old paint, you have weird.
LSU did score. It is now 7.
Oh yes,
to 20.
Now it's 7-20 with 3 minutes to go in the the first half.
You got to stick around.
Also,
Hang
why
around
the bathroom? Is the bathroom the only place of solitude you got?
As long as other men don't.
Are you
say
not calling me a man, Carlos? Are we gonna have beef?
No, what are you doing with this hand right now?
I am relaxing. I am. Do you want me to grab your neck?
Ow.
What you want?
Carrie. I did not feed the dog. this
Duke did
morning.
not get fed this morning. This is breaking news on the podcast. Micaiah is a bad owner. The mascot did not get fed this morning. Also, Carlos. Did I call him just say Carlos?
I think you did just say Carlos.
That's because he was rude and called me not a man.
I guess.
He did. He really.
I
didn't.
haven't been ever since
Yes,
that
you're being-
blocks field goal.
You're being very upset.
I am just
And
really
I'm
steamed.
I'm just having fun with her chat, which is what you do on a live stream. have
Well, and
fun
all
with
three
the
games are at
chat.
commercials currently.
You said that you had more fun with her than me. I'm okay with that as long as others don't say that. I see what you're saying. Well, just know that I love you both, even though I never met you in my life. Wow. Okay, so the issue with this camera is it's really only good when you're like up close to it. So that is a little bit annoying that the darkness and you like can't see my face, but that's okay. I'm ugly anyway. What is that brown chicken nugget saying? Because that's the one that I want to say. I
brown
get that I look like a burnt chicken nugget. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay,
It
excellent.
was an old Vine.
Carlos, we love you too. I'm just still kind of messed up. I'm gonna have to. Mom says Simeon. I don't know what comment you just made because I've not been paying attention. I'm still a little steamed.
I said that I was ugly, and Mom's upset that I called myself ugly.
Or did you say, "Oh, well, you got to make that"? Oh my goodness! And Michigan is
about to lose. That's what Michigan's about to
not.
do.
This is what Michigan is. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see people throw things, just stick around for about another hour, and I'm gonna start seeing things.
Also, Mom, don't make any comments tonight at dinner. I know that I'm not ugly. Calm down. I got married. Someone finds me beautiful besides you.
These refs are just calling everything weird. They're calling weird unsportsmanlike. They've called 2 sideline warnings now.
Yeah, I don't get like Michigan and Indiana have never been chippy with each other.
Well, but that's the only way Indiana can hang around. And
No, but I'm saying like Michigan and Indiana have never been chippy. I think that touched the ground, but that's okay. Like there's no need for sideline warnings.
yeah, well,
Why are we
no,
handing out
because sideline warnings so that the ref have a clear path on the sideline to run back and forth. That's what it's for. That's why they call it.
Oh,
sideline
so they need a
warnings.
get back. They need a get back coach.
Yeah, everyone needs a get back.
As
coach.
Indiana goes, hurry up here a little bit. What are they doing on there on the D?
Michigan's defense is just struggling right now.
Hey, to that one guy on Twitter that said that they need to play man, they just kind of did a man thing. It was really a zone 2, but it doesn't help them at all, apparently. I don't know. They're going to get yelled at is what's going to happen at halftime.
Yeah.
Which there's 5 minutes away because apparently Kansas and TCU are speed running this game.
Well, the clock's been moving a lot.
Well, they've been running the ball a lot, and they both get back and get set and then go.
Yeah.
They don't really run any hurry up.
And it's been a lot of completion, so the clock is just always constantly moving. So Kansas did a good job there. Kansas TCU currently at halftime 10-3 TCU. Michigan's 10-10. Tennessee LSU is 20-7. Tennessee, the Red River rivalry.
I'm hoping we get a full update here from this. Oh, these are the highlights.
And these are,
I think that one's like 21-0 technically going into halftime. That went into halftime.
So right now, Indiana's running a lot of stuff near the line of scrimmage, blocking down field for them, wide receivers, and they're gaining good yardage. It is 3rd and 2.
Also,
in the Red River
first of
rivalry,
all,
I don't know what the score was.
Father, rude, but second of all, very true. Dad said Liz just pitied you.
Oh, pitied.
Yeah, my parents love my wife more than they love me, which is fair.
Well, I thought they meant our sister, who is also Elizabeth. So.
No, that's LIS. Oh, that was almost picked off by Michigan. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. We got no D-line pressure.
It's 28-0 Texas over Oklahoma.
Thank you. We got no D-line pressure. We're playing some weird soft zone stuff that has not been working so far.
Well, this is
And
all just a numbers game. They had 4 wide receivers on the one side and only 3 Michigan defenders.
as now they're first and goal
As
at
now
the
it's
5.
first and goal at the 5. What are you guys doing? Like, call a defense, get lined up.
Well, and Indiana's going a little bit hurry up here, which is smart.
Which is Michigan's like Achilles heel, apparently.
Michigan never was able to play. Even last year, they weren't able to play it. Aiden Hutchinson was the one who covered it up. By the way, Indiana's 3-2. It's not like Indiana's spectacular.
No, but Indiana's defense is very, very poor.
Yeah, I'm just a little. I'm not happy with. As the Indiana's quarterback is shaking up.
Connor Belazak, I think.
I'm just not happy with what I'm seeing. That was the first pressure we've seen in a while from Michigan's defensive line. He just fell funny. He's fine. But we need to see more. We need to see better secondary help. That's what we need to see.
Yeah.
Run some man against it with run some cover 2.
There you
Again,
go.
defensive pressure. If you run cover 2, you give your defense of line enough time to make moves. You have a talented defensive line who's better than this offensive line, but when you have them, when your secondary doesn't give your guys any help or any time to make moves, you're gonna get this game. You're gonna get a 10-10 game.
Well, again, and offensively, you just gotta be able to. I mean, your wide receivers are a little better. They're clearly stocking up on the run game. You got to make good throws and get this defense.
And you see what they did? They listened to me.
They got to cover 2.
And now it's 4th and goal.
So it's 4th and goal. They're going to force Indiana into a field goal attempt. Michigan will have about 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the first half to maybe go down and answer and score some points. But I've been very kind of surprised with the level Indiana's been playing at currently, as that's Mike Sanders still, who went from offense to defense.
Again, I've said this the entire stream, and I'm going to say it again. Indiana, especially at home.
And Michigan blocks it!
That is huge.
Is awesome.
I'm
that
gonna
is
take a
huge.
high five from Micaiah.
But what are we doing right now, everybody?
Michigan,
I've
Indiana,
never seen that back-to-back field goal blocks.
I haven't
That's awesome.
ever seen it either. Michigan always kind of plays down, or Indiana plays up at home to Michigan.
But just excellent, big time.
The funny thing is he didn't need to lower that kick.
No, you hit that high, you hit it deep, you hit it far.
You're 5 yards out. Yeah, you should be hanging.
Yeah,
your head.
Tom
I don't
Allen.
even know who. Oh, it's Tom Allen. Okay, that's
so Michigan, you got the stop. Should have gotten a field goal last time. You got the stop. Go down, get some points, feel a little better. I think you
How
get.
much is left? How much time is left?
Like 3:15.
So we might see them go for a drive here.
Maybe.
As
I don't
about
know.
1 minute
I don't know
left
who.
on the
I don't know who
Tennessee LSU
started
game.
with the ball. So
Michigan did.
Oh, Michigan did. So Indiana. So it's pretty much imperative that Michigan goes down and gets some points. I'm gonna go to the
Leaves
bathroom.
3. Okay.
I will be right back.
Well, good, because I was about to do basically the same thing. Again, thank you guys all for listening and supporting us as you do every week. On Instagram at 4th and 1 Podcasts, on Anchor, which is kind of our hub, anchor.fm/4th and 1. We're here and we're live from Lidditz, watching 3 games right now. We're watching the Kansas TCU game, which is at the half. We're watching the Tennessee LSU game, which is 1 minute to go in the first half. The Tennessee is just, I don't know, blowing up this year. They're 4-0. They're probably going to be 5-0 unless LSU comes back. And then, of course, we're watching the Michigan-Indiana game, which, excuse me, I think has the most time left of everything. And we're just having fun. We're hanging out with you guys as always in the chat as I see a funny Apple Watch commercial. You haven't been missing much. We're gonna go around the horn here real quick since we haven't been missing anything. Buffalo is beating Bowling Green 24-0. Eastern Michigan is beating Western Michigan 28-7. Louisville is at halftime with Virginia 13-10. Purdue and Maryland are going to go into the half tied at 17. Texas is at the half with Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry, 28-0. Halftime, Florida, Missouri, 10-10. Mississippi State, ranked, will be going into halftime either probably at 21 or 28-10. TCU and Kansas again at halftime, 10-3 Kansas. And I gave you the other games with Michigan and Indiana. Michigan is tied. Tennessee is up by 13 points. I think TCU and Kansas have surprised us the most today, besides Michigan, as it's second down in Michigan's ball. Obviously, Mike Hart was carted off the field earlier with an apparent stroke or a heart attack or some sort of he collapsed and was carted off the field. 2 blocked field goals in this Michigan game. A couple missed opportunities for Michigan. I feel like Indiana seemed to
Indiana, they had a touchdown called back because of offensive pass interference.
Yeah, but other than that, they've capitalized on all their advantages. Michigan's defense is having a hard time figuring out Indiana's offense. What have you been take around the horn? I kind of went over the game, but over all 3 games, what has been your take? Is there's a downed Wolverine on the field?
It looks like an offensive lineman. Got rolled up. Oh, that's the worst type of injury. Kind of got rolled up on. My take is kind of some like Tennessee LSU. That's kind of going the way we thought early, although LSU seems to be kind of getting its act together. Everything else has kind of been a little bit of a shocker. Of course, we have Michigan, Indiana in a tight one here. I'm mostly shocked by the amount of, or not the amount of points scored for between Kansas TCU, as 13 total points have been scored, and it is 10-3 TCU.
Okay, they're going to Target. Our wives are going to Target, so we're about to be about $200 poorer.
What? When?
After this.
Oh, okay. So it looks like Simeon is going to Target.
Mommy, I'm tired. Gonna fake an injury. My dad said.
Well, maybe indeed. So yeah, just kind of the
F's in the chat for me having to go to
the
Target.
lack
by the
of
way.
points being scored. I think defenses are finally starting to catch up a little bit more this season, as Jaden Daniels has been running for his life this entire game against Tennessee. And I'm excited for the second half of TCU Kansas.
I am
Should be a
too.
live
I'm
one.
interested.
I think we're going to see a lot of points in the second half.
I do too. I'm also very interested to see the adjustments that Michigan's defense makes to Indiana, because that's honestly what needs to happen, and I think what's going to happen.
Honestly, right now, couldn't you say the offense also needs some hardcore adjustments as well?
I think the offense needs to find their rhythm. That's more the vibe that I'm getting off of them. Just because it's what happens, you gotta find a rhythm, and they've been seeing a little bit of it. You're right. The thing they need to throw the ball a little bit more. They need to work in some short games and some they need a dad.
They do need a dad smackdown, and maybe at halftime that is exactly what Jim Harbaugh is going to give them.
Yeah.
A little daddy smackdown.
They need to work. Hey, daddy.
Hey, daddy.
They need to work. They need to work in some screens. I really think Indiana's going to be acceptable to the some screen plays. That's oh my gosh, I'm stroking out, that are going to come in the second half. And
Michigan's
they do
not a big
need a
screen
dad
team.
smackdown as the offensive lineman is carted off the field as he's being held in the chest by the trainer.
Interesting decision in the LSU Tennessee game. LSU went for it on 4th and 10, didn't get it, and now Tennessee has the ball in LSU territory.
And look at that. Michigan threw a short pass, and they completed it for 5 yards.
They need a "Don't Make Me Call Your Mom." Dad, yes, all of these are good points. They do need a "Don't Make Me Call Your Mom" moment.
With Shoemaker.
As Luke Schoonmaker got one, and so
Schoon?
it is Schoonmaker. Schoon.
Like a Schoon hound?
Yes.
Okay. That's not a real dog, by the way.
Yeah, sure. I was just agreeing with you.
Okay.
So anyway, Tennessee can blow this game wide open here before the half. Interesting call to go for it on 4th and 10.
3rd and 2. Blake
Corum only has 62 yards, 50 on his first carry, 12 cents.
on his last 5. Is it timeout or audible?
Timeout on
Indiana.
Indiana.
Well, why they take a timeout, I'm going to take a timeout because it's my turn
So I got to carry the pod.
to go use the bathroom. Hey, I did it while you were away.
Alrighty.
You got this. I believe in you.
I will do the live stream. So we are back. The second half is about to get underway in Kansas TCU. We are still concluding the first half in both LSU, Tennessee, and Michigan, Indiana here. Again, kind of a weird decision. I think I would have preferred to punt that football if you are LSU instead of going for it on 4th and 10 with 26 seconds left in the half. You punt it, you make them drive. Now with how explosive Tennessee's been, first down, you're in field goal range here. And that's exactly what they do, except Hendon Hooker threw it behind him. Michigan here needs to get a first down, needs to go on a drive this last 2 minutes, 23 seconds and get some points on the board here. Very kind of even game. First half TCU, Kansas, 233 for TCU, 194 for Kansas. Michigan on third down, hits Donovan Edwards over the middle, gets that first down. And so Michigan is now going to go off and running, kind of a little pickup. Donovan Edwards, very good receiving back out of the backfield. Reminds me a lot of Christian McCaffrey. So there are 13 seconds left. It is 3rd and 10 for Tennessee. Tennessee, Hendon Hooker will step up, fire, and get a big gain down to the 15. They do not have any more timeouts, so they will spike the ball here. Michigan just burned a timeout. Seems very out of sync. Tennessee gets up to the line, spikes the ball with 4 seconds left, and they will attempt a field goal at the end of the half to go up 23-7. Meanwhile, TCU just kicks off, so Kansas gets the ball to begin the second half. Quentin Johnson's been a beast for TCU in the first half of TCU Kansas. He has over 100 yards already. My wife has brought us some appetizers in mozzarella sticks and pizza rolls, as she is the best in the West. Thank you, wifey. You can just set them there. And she gives a thumb up to the camera. They're going to go play action with McCarthy. Ronnie Bell coming back for it. Saved an interception. J.J. McCarthy was late with the ball. Almost threw an interception.
Thanks for the
late.
snacks.
No. Duke, you may not have any. Go away.
I'm ready to
look at this. Almost interception. Fought for the ball. Good job, Ronnie Bell, saving his quarterback. Cornelius Johnson.
It would have been his first INT, wouldn't it have been? All right, Michigan, you can't just keep doing the same things. You got to go for short and then deep and then short and then screen and then run and then screen and then.
So Tennessee did convert a field goal at the end of the half. So it is 23-7 on a poor call by Brian Gelly.
Kansas. 40-30. He's going to get stopped at the 20. Let's see where they spot him, around the 23. Maybe the 17 would be a better way of saying it, as there is some life with the backup for Kansas. Do we know who the backup is? It's not.
I do not know the backup. I did not even realize the backup was in. I'm sorry, everybody. It is Bean. So interesting for Kansas here. The backup quarterback is in. You did make note of it that Jalen Daniels did have an injury at the end of the first half. Michigan is 3rd and 2 now. Donovan Edwards in the backfield. They will give it to Donovan Edwards, and he will be stopped short. I think if you're Michigan here, you go for it.
I think you have to. It's 4th and 1. You're in your opponent's territory. There's only a minute and a half. You let the clock run like they are, and you go for it. You give it to Blake Corum and you fall forward. Oh, QB sneak.
Oh, wait. They called Michigan called timeout beforehand. So play did not happen. Would have been close.
Got him.
Touchdown, Kansas. So we are on the verge of being tied. Over under now at 20. So we are getting closer to 67.
And that's huge for a backup quarterback coming into the game as I eat a mozzarella stick, that he's able to throw this ball. And this is just a little seam route by the tight end, right up the middle. No one covered him. Quarterback was able to see him and throw it. And that's huge because normally you're just doing little dinks and dunks when you have a backup quarterback. Good job for number 17, Bean.
So Michigan been very out of character. Penalty yards today, they have 54, average 27. Rushing yards, they have 79.
Most of those were at the
And
first
their
rush.
first half point differential for the season has been 120, and they are now they're tied at 10. This is a big fourth down here. It's fourth and a long one, almost 2.
It is 4th and 2. Oh!
And they got Indiana tackled in the backfield. Turnover on downs. So Indiana has come to play. Michigan has not today.
And we're an hour 45 into this with some snacks.
With some snacks.
And a bowl on a plate.
Ronnie Bell missed a block. It would have been a first down.
I'm not sure I would have been first down.
Look at that hole right there.
The one that guy's in?
Would have been first down.
Okay. I guess we don't really need to chew into the microphone.
No, we don't. It's probably really bad.
Yeah,
live
100%. So we're back from halftime.
So Michigan
swats the ball down. They're just looking to stop him here.
And go to the half.
I'm going to the half tie.
Regroup and try to. By the way, Abioki's really been coming on for Michigan.
Also, I'm really excited for Kansas.
I am also very excited for Kansas. I hope they win. That's holding. That's holding that the refs missed.
I think we've agreed that the refs are doing really bad.
Absolutely, they are. And Michigan gets a sack, and that should do it for Indiana. And that's what they need. Michigan needs, if they get in teams that are going to throw a lot, they got to, as you were saying, they got to help their secondary out a little bit as well. And their front line has got to get a little pressure.
Which I think if their secondary helps out, their front line will continue to get pressure. Because the more you do that, the more you cover and the more you get pressure on, the easier it's going to be to defend. Yeah. What do you think about this game next week? If Michigan pulls out a win here, is Penn State off this week? I think Penn State's off this week.
It's a bye.
So it's possible that you got number 4, number 10 still, Michigan. Possibly Penn State even moves up.
It's, well, with how Michigan's been looking today, it's very worrisome because I don't think Penn State's going to shoot themselves in the foot as much as Indiana has today. And Indiana should probably be winning this game 20-10.
Is that did they just call that the Rocky camera as in like Rock Chalk Jayhawk?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think that's what.
It is 3rd and 16 for Indiana,
Have
Michigan.
an update yet. I'm going to see if we have any updates for Jalen Daniels as we also keep an eye out for an update from Mike Hart, the running back and running game coordinator for Michigan.
As TCU is going to get a solid return, kicker tackles. So for the brand there, Pat McAfee.
Did you also, dude, that slide tackle that kicker had last week, I forget who it was, that got a penalty for, was pretty dope.
So
I think that should be
Michigan's
legal.
defense does bow up and stop Indiana before the half. And they will go into the half tied at 10. Michigan was 22.5-point favorites. I feel like they regrouped very well, and they kind of caught on a little bit defensively at the end of the first half here. But Michigan's going to have to figure out that running game. They haven't really been able to run the ball very well today at all. Max Duggan, incomplete pass. So now both Florida, Tennessee, Michigan, Indiana are all at halftime. So we are strictly on Kansas TCU with 12:49 to go.
It's about
in
a
the third
50-50
quarter.
chance Jalen can return. He did not come back out. He's still being evaluated we're waiting for further updates. But so far, so good for the backup. Threw a touchdown, looking good, looking calm, which is huge. I don't think we have an official update from Mike Hart either. Sorry, I'm just looking here.
So Kansas is going to force a 3rd down on TCU, as we have now lost another person. So there are only 2. That's all right. We are doing this because we're doing this.
No, we're
So
back
it
up to
is
3. We're hovering around. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us,
Thanks
guys.
for hanging out
We're
with
having
us,
a great
everyone.
time. We're having a great time with you. What are the other games on? I gotta look here
It
real quick.
is
'Cause
3rd and 5.
again, this Kansas game really good.
3rd and 5 for TCU. Snap.
Oh, ball's
batted
hit
down
as he's thrown.
at the line.
That is huge for Kansas as they run a little stunt play.
And they force a punt. Carlos said, "I'm not leaving." Had been very, very impressed with Kansas defense today. Probably more impressed with TCU's defense today.
Mom, you're fine. It said it was Mom that left and came back. She wants to listen to us on the headphones.
You know, if you all wanted to leave, that's okay too.
It is your lives. We're
but-
not your dad.
And we are not your dad. Thank you for hanging out with us. We're just having a
By the
bunch
way,
of fun
Missouri,
here.
Florida is 10-10.
Yes, I know.
It's a Kansas bounce as Kansas will
Missouri
start
has
over from
kinda
the
been a
25.
thorn in people's side
Mhm.
last week.
Yeah.
Beating Georgia up until the 4th quarter, midway through, and then Georgia kind of, took over that game.
By the way,
Is Michigan
Purdue
in
and
the-
Maryland are also tied at 17.
That's going to be a high-scoring affair there.
Buffalo is blowing out Bowling Green.
No one cares.
Well, I thought it would be fun to share,
These Dr. Pepper commercials are very interesting.
It's a Bryce Young Dr. Pepper commercial. See, you can do those now.
Oh, my. We are eating in between. For those of you who aren't watching, we are eating mott sticks and pizza rolls made by my
Lovely wife.
fabulous wife. So yeah, that's what we're doing when we're quiet. We'll probably both have our mouths full. And right now,
also, it's a lot harder work than you think it is.
Right now, everything is at commercial. So
Are you excited at all for baseball postseason?
I am not.
Okay. Remember when we used to be really into baseball?
However, if there was a time for me to be excited, it would be postseason baseball.
Agreed. And at least they're not going to be cutting away. Yes, Dad. We know you're our dad. Come up with something funnier next time. And you also didn't tell us to do anything. So,
But I don't know.
I clearly get my sense of humor from Mom.
let's just not worry about it.
You can't roast our father?
I mean, you can.
It's more fun to roast people.
Well, yeah, but it's the same 3 people, though.
Okay, and they're here. They clearly like being roasted.
So, if you want to be roasted, enter the chat.
Ooh,
I wonder how
soccer
Wrexham's
commercial.
doing this year.
Wrexham is at the top of the table. I think they're about 4 or 5 right now in the
Well, that's not good. That's not
League
the top
One.
of the table.
It is. You get your relegations are bigger the further down. The relegation
Wait,
and
did they
promotions are
get
bigger.
out of the National League, the league that they were in?
I think they're in the National League right
Oh,
now.
still.
But they promote like the top 5 at that level instead of just the top 3.
We just saw a soccer commercial, everyone. That's all we.
And Wrexham is the thing that Ryan Reynolds has, and Micaiah has a Ryan Reynolds hard on.
I do. I like Ryan.
But then
Reynolds
again,
a lot.
If you don't have a Ryan Reynolds hard on as a man, are you really a man? Wrexham is currently number 2. They have 29 points. They're 1 point behind Notts County. It looks like there's a promotion qualification. So my guess is there's like a tournament at the end to get promoted.
Got it.
For the last 3, but they are only 1 point behind.
Well, and Kansas is back on offense as Kansas is going to run the ball.
And they'll get 3 yards falling forward, maybe 4. So
your whole life, I have told you what not to do.
What?
That's what Dad says.
Oh, yeah, and we never listened, or at least I didn't.
All right. Well, I did. Hi, Dad.
Yeah, Micaiah was the good child. I was not.
Yeah.
The older I get, the more I listen, though, and it's annoying because I don't want to.
So Kansas has a second and 8.
With that being said,
Kansas has a second and 8. Little swing pass here to the running back. Good open field tackle, which is what you have to do. We touched on that already.
but it's what, 3rd and 7 now?
It is 3rd and 7, which classifies as a third and long.
It does. What is 3rd and 6, 3rd and long? What becomes not 3rd and long? Is it like 3rd and 4?
3rd and 6 is 3rd and medium. What would be 3rd and short is 3rd and 3 and shorter.
3rd and 3 and shorter?
Yes, would be 3rd and short.
Like Tabitha short?
Exactly.
Got it.
Here you go, Duke. You may have a
I'm interested to see what they do with the
good boy.
more experienced QB as he throws a dime.
Except it was just short of the first down. So you're going to be about a yard short and going to
I think
have
you go
to
for
punt.
it here.
Well, but you're at like your own 20-yard line here. I don't think you
But
go for
depending on where they spot him, no, they're not going for it. No, wait, no, maybe. No, they're sending out the punt team. I mean, I think you can be a little bit aggressive because you have it, but clearly he's not happy, but that's okay. But clearly you can rely at least a little bit on your
defense.
defense, which is good. It's huge. They gave him a long 1 yard. So
If this was closer to the 40-yard line, I think you go for it, but you can't give a high-scoring offense an easy chance at points.
oh, good punt, about
Bad
25. Punt. Assuming they spot him on the 25, that's a good punt. You flip the field.
Dad, I would absolutely love to be in the Michigan locker room. I want to know what is being said because it's got to be. I don't know what route you go.
That's a 10 out of 10 question from Dad, by the way.
Absolutely.
A+ question from Dad.
I don't know what route you go. I think, I mean, if I were the head coach, the route I would go would be, you got to be kidding me right now. You guys, you're not playing up to your standard. Offensive line, you're not blocking well for Corum. You're not blocking well for Donovan Edwards. And in the passing game, you have to be more explosive, but you can't force it. Offense, you got to get it together. Defense, again, as that first half went on, had started to look a little better, got bailed out by the field goal block. It should kind of be 10-13, 13-13, depending on, the field goal.
Drop ball. I think Kansas has it. He made a move, so that's a drop ball.
What's the ref going to say?
Kansas ball.
Kansas ball, everybody.
And all of a sudden, Kansas has a takeaway, and our mascot is back.
And that's what you want. Kansas has a takeaway here. But, yeah, I think I would just, I don't know, maybe scream at them a little bit, wake them up.
I think you have to.
I think they were a little sleepy with the whole Mike Hart situation. So you have got to go in there and be like, guys, you got to put that on the back burner, and you guys have got to be able to do this. Indiana has held Michigan for 77 rushing yards, 2 of 7 on third down. Michigan has got to be less predictable with their running game. Right now, it's run the ball, and then pass when you need to. You need to pass and then run the ball, open up this defense a little bit. J.J. McCarthy has not been bad. 13 of 18, 129 yards.
Right now, Urban Meyers looks like an evil genius.
Yeah, I'm not real happy with Urban Meyer. Like, he doesn't he won't say the word Michigan. Hate that.
Okay, well, that's just
He's
him being
very biased to Ohio State.
Well, okay, that's fair. Who's calling me
So,
right
yeah,
now?
not a big fan.
Huntington Valley. Don't know why they would be calling me. So gonna go ahead and ignore that. So Kansas takes over at what? And it looks like Jalen Daniels is back out, but he is in street clothes.
And it looks like he's in a sling.
Yeah, so it looks like it was a shoulder.
So Kansas has it at the TCU 40-yard line. First play is a handoff. Good running play here, and it's going to be again a 7 or 8.
Good. They're doing a great job at falling forward. The Kansas running backs are, and getting that extra yard or two out of their runs. It's now 2nd and 3, and that's what they're going to need to do the rest of this game. Clearly, whoever this Bean guy is, which I still haven't looked up because I'm bad at my job, and this is the worstest podcast in the world, is competent enough that they're trusting him with some medium run plays. But you're still going to need to rely on your run game here in order to get you those chunks to put you in these types of situations.
Big
As
pass
he throws
play.
the pass way
Downfield.
downfield,
Got him.
that should be pass interference. He was holding an arm.
He was holding an arm. I would have called holding, not pass interference on the play. Still would have been an automatic first down.
Yeah, see, Lance knows what's up.
Lance Leipold knows what's up. It is 3rd and 3 now.
Yeah, look at this. Push. There's a hold. There should have been a flag here.
But that's the first call for the Big 12 referees.
I'm allowed to be upset.
No, what I'm saying is Big 12 refs better Big 10 refs.
Well, yeah, but we already knew that.
So 3rd and 3, here we go. They will run it, and they will get it.
Let's see here. Box score. Yeah.
They will run it. They will get it. So Kansas got a fresh set of downs. As now Kansas is starting to pick up a little
Jason
bit.
Bean. He's a senior from Mansfield, Texas.
So he's been on this squad through the bad, the really bad, and now a little bit of the good.
Oh, I think he was the starter last year.
I believe he was as well.
Yeah, 102 from 181. So that was a good throw by him. It's good to have this type of experience. It'd be like if Cade had to come in for some reason. Interesting play. Okay,
now
just
going
going
run
short.
To wide open tight end. Going to throw it there. Down to the 10, down to the 7-yard line. It's 1st and goal,
It's
Kansas.
Fairchild again. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't try to cut it back inside, lower the head, try to get that touchdown. But you know what? Concussions are bad for you, so I'm glad that you didn't. That is a good option fake, and then just they showed that exact play on game day, which was good for them. I'm still interested to see what changes Michigan made, but I'm liking to see what Kansas is putting out there. Good for Kansas. I'm glad that you have a leader. Mason Fairchild, 3 catches, 80 yards, 1 TD.
Those are pretty good stats.
Those are very good stats for a tight end with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
There you go. Little rollout.
Oh, he likes his
across the body to
Oh,
Washington.
toe catches, touchdown.
Touchdown, Kansas. There is a flag. There is a flag. Hold everything. There is a flag.
Not a flag. Oh, it looks like it's all gonna be on TCU, whatever it is. Yeah, penalty decline, holding on TCU. My Kansas TCU is behind yours, but my Michigan game is ahead of yours. That's such a fun fact, Carlos.
All right. Well, all right. Well, if Michigan ends up losing on a last-second field goal, just don't tell us in the chat because that would just be terrible. And I really hope they don't lose to Indiana. Because
I just realized our camera's over there. It would make more sense to move it physically over in front of us.
Well, that was on you. That's on you.
Yeah. You know what? I can't. It's hard for me to do everything. I'm not complaining. Not making excuses.
Right.
You deserve better.
Thanks. Sure.
And I'm not going to do anything to change that.
All righty. So we're not going to move the camera at all, ladies.
No,
and
I am
gentlemen.
going to move the camera.
Oh, well,
Why not?
we are going to move the camera.
Why not? And this is a Duke man.
So
He's very
Kansas
cute.
did score the touchdown. It did count. It is 10. It will be 10-17, assuming the things don't get blocked. Second half is underway now in Tennessee LSU in Baton Rouge. Well, that's a little more centered there, bud. There you go. Carlos needs Kansas to win. So, yeah, that's good. Carlos needs Kansas to win, so he's okay if we spoil it for him. Well, Carlos, I'm sorry. This is the game we're kind of live talking through right now, so we really wouldn't have much of an option, but thank you for that anyway.
We're just glad you're here, buddy.
We are glad you're here, buddy.
We're having fun. We're eating some bites.
Some pizza rolls. They are a game day tradition.
Especially from Micaiah.
Especially only for Micaiah, really. I don't think anyone else does.
I did.
Does pizza rolls for Saturday college football game
I see
day.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is the Tennessee LSU game back on?
Yes, it is back on.
Okay.
This is if you would have been paying attention, I would have said it is underway.
Oh.
Indiana.
Well, I'm sorry that I was moving the camera in order to give our audiences a better.
Well, the camera
experience.
was fine what it is, but that's okay. Robert is shockingly quiet, which shows you just how stressed Robert is. And I'm not going to lie, I am only barely holding it together.
Oh, for the Michigan.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fair. So Draymond Green punched Jordan Poole.
Yes, Draymond Green punched a dude.
Sorry, the Subway commercial came on, which made me think about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he knocked him out. I'm pretty sure it was a one-punch knockout. I don't know.
Understand how he's still on the team because I don't think Jordan Poole must have just said something very innocently under his breath.
Because they weren't.
And then Draymond went.
They
at
were
him.
clearly practice trash talking, is what it looked like. And Steph wasn't doing anything, Clay wasn't doing anything. None of the leaders were doing anything there. And we know Draymond's the emotional leader of that team, but sorry, we're talking about the NBA, but we're mostly talking about a dude punching a teammate and possibly knocking him out and causing brain damage.
And I think it happens more than we think in the locker room. Teammates kind of punching and getting into it.
But not knocking a dude out. Like, that was a...
But it's the fact that it's Draymond Green.
That's fair. I'm sure he'll get suspended and or fined from the GM.
I would hope so.
Carlos says Draymond has 40 pounds on him. Yeah, I mean, there's that too. But that jab was... he must box or something, because that was a clean jab. Like, he stepped into it. The shoulder was low.
I mean, if
there's a flag on the Tennessee LSU game. False start.
If you're Jordan Poole, though, you go into that GM and you're just like, an apology's not going to cut it. You trade either him or me, and I understand that he might mean more to this team emotionally.
That's
so
right.
Then you trade me.
Right.
And that's what I would do. I would be like, this is totally unacceptable.
And
you
basically tell him that you got 2 weeks, and then I make it public. He's been watching too much Adrian Peterson, Le'Veon Bell. I mean, that's a lot of repeated coverage. Oh, they kicked it.
Well, TCU's had a couple good returns at this point in time, so
they're hoping that their
defense is... Listen, Kansas defense, this is now
Brock's clicker.
Brock's clicker. This is now kind of 2 straight weeks that Kansas's defense has been good.
So this is actually an RPO. If you watch this is the touchdown game for Kansas. They come over to do a speed option then / dunk off. And so it's all this movement that they have. My guess is he's got something in his shoulder. This is Jalen Daniels that they have.
That they're showing on the screen who is injured right now. Michigan, Indiana about to get underway here in the second half. TCU goes to run it and got nothing.
So that's huge for Kansas, who is very much pumped that they are 5-0.
So Kansas is now starting to work a little bit,
which is good for them, and they're America's team. Poole is a part of their future plan. Think Green would be dropped first, in my opinion. Golden State management isn't too happy with the comments Draymond makes during his podcast and other shows he's on.
Well, then this kind of seems like a very easy solution here, as Max Duggan throws one straight into the ground. But what I am seeing right now is TCU's offensive line is not holding up very well against Kansas's front four,
which is big for the Big 12.
Max Duggan just got hit again. There is a free runner almost every other
I want to
play.
know what rushes to pressures. I want to see those stats for this line. Third down conversions are 3 for 8.
Kansas has all the momentum after that fumble, and I'm loving it. We are too. This is a Kansas podcast right now.
And Tennessee just scored again.
And Tennessee did score again.
Yeah, and that's the correct... Tennessee is having their way with Louisiana State University. And that was really bad offsides by Kansas's
low penalty game.
Yeah.
2 penalties total for
both are
yards.
a false start / offsides.
So
good, clean, disciplined teams.
Which also helps the games go faster. We are rolling right now through the third quarter, about midway to go. They get it to Quentin Johnston,
Okay, so
and he picks up a first down.
so first of all, Quentin Johnson no, that's S. Williams, not Quentin
oh,
Johnson.
I'm sorry. I just figured it was him.
These open field slowdowns and tackles that Kansas is making, they should be very proud of themselves for them. This is very fundamentals football. Jaden Daniels out for the rest of the game. Right shoulder injury in the first half. Thank you. We already figured that out, ESPN. Oh, broken! Free! Touchdown, TCU! And here we go.
I told you I'm expecting fireworks second half.
And Carlos, start up your heart attack meds because we're going to start playing some Big 12 football down in Lawrence, Kansas. That's a really good block.
One missed tackle, little bubble screen to the outside.
Right after I said they've been looking good with their open field tackles.
It was a one-on-one. Did he stay in bounds? That foot is in. That foot is
yes.
in. That foot is in, and we're off and running. So Michigan, Indiana about to kick off for the second half.
Indiana start with the ball. Tennessee is currently up 30-7 against LSU.
Again, it'd be 27-7, which still isn't great, but Brian Kelly made the decision to go for it on 4th and 10 instead of punting it.
Where is this? Where's the Red River rivalry?
You might be on.
There it is, 28-0 with 8 minutes to go, Texas. So Texas is looking positive next year?
I think so.
Does Stark have to do well next year or he gets fired?
Next year? Well, I mean, if he wins the Big 12 this year, makes his way.
But both TCU and Kansas are looking very good right now.
Yeah. I mean, but still, I think he only has one Big 12 loss.
Hey, Carlos, you should probably take off some layers if you're sweating. If you're a little hot.
So I mean,
joking.
We'll have to see here. But yeah, no. Next year, the expectation is going to be through the roof for Texas.
Yeah, it's gonna be national championship or bust. I feel like for Texas, which is a little sad because I think you should really. After not doing so well in the Big 12, I feel like your expectation should become a yearly contender in the Big 12 and then a yearly playoff contender. Because if you're winning the Big 12 and winning it definitely, you're gonna be in the conversation for the playoff every year. And especially since it's expanding next year or the year after.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be
absolutely
huge
the
upgrade
expectations
for Texas.
are now you're one of the 12 teams in the playoff.
100%.
I feel
100%.
So Michigan probably won't win the Big 10 this year, especially since they'll probably lose today. My guess is
it's 3rd and 3.
Well, and now it's a first down because the defender
overcommitted,
just gonna dive at legs. Not really an athlete.
Shout out to Coach 30.
Shout out to Coach 30 on Instagram. There, go give him a follow. He's real funny here. But DJ Turner, just way to put your head down, not make a solid tackle, do your thing. So Michigan's goal, as Michigan gets another sack.
They backed him up 20 yards.
Don't make any Junior Colson. Don't make any unsportsmanlike things.
Yeah, well, that was stupid.
So as I'm finishing up my thought, as I've been going on for 2 minutes about now, because things
we're
are
watching
happening.
football games.
We're watching football games.
Yeah.
Michigan, you got to be one of the top 12 this year.
I think you have to, and I don't think they're going to. If Michigan can come back here and definitively come back, which their defense looks like they're trying to start playing. Their box looks like they're starting to play. I'm not concerned.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think you basically go down, especially if you beat Penn State next week, which you should. It's going to be their first. It's going to be their first real test overall. If they win this game, beat Penn State, then you really only have to worry about Ohio State. Besides your rivalry games, you can't sleep. But wow, they are just getting all sorts of pressure now on this Illinois front seven.
Not CFP insider Robert just texted me. This defense is being exposed on multiple fronts. I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
Just
Robert.
The secondary at this point.
I think that these are the concerns I have had this entire season about this defense, which
That's
is
fair.
Michigan is going to give up yards in between the 20s, but it's going to be all about the red zone defense, which honestly is what their defense was last year, just with 2 better pass rushers.
There's a flag on the punt. Faircat's called for.
What, did they run into the punter? Because that would be a Michigan thing to do.
And it's a touchback. It probably would be a Michigan thing to do. It looks like it's on Michigan. We're waiting for it.
As long as it's not roughing the. Oh, it's offsides. All
Okay.
right, so it's fine. Punt still counts.
So we have Kansas has the ball back as it is a 17-7 game. Kansas is starting at the 30. Bubble screen out.
Should have been holding there, but it's only a gain of 2.
That's going to be a gain of 1. 2nd and 9.
So they accepted the penalty. I think Indiana's gonna re-punt here. Maybe run a fake. So Indiana's gonna have to re-punt.
It definitely
Texas
looks like
is driving probably go up 35-0 on Oklahoma,
which is huge. No fake punt. Takes an Indiana bounce and will stop. Michigan will start at the 1.5 yard line. They're going to give them an extra yard and make it the 2. These refs suck again.
And so a offsides penalty on Michigan cost them 25 yards in field position. Again, not the Kansas kind of bobbles a speed option here.
How do you not?
Well, it's the replay of it. We're not that far behind.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. How do you bobble that, dude? Speed options aren't that hard. So now it's 3rd and 21 for Kansas. You're just looking to,
And he throws a
an
pick.
interception because his wide receiver just decided to stop moving.
Well, his wide receiver overran. So when you are the wide receiver, if a team's playing zone coverage, you got to go and sit down in the open zone.
I'm just looking here at the replay.
What you're going to see here is he's going to hit that crosser, and he was expecting him to sit it down right there. That's on the quarterback.
Yeah.
The wide receiver sat it down exactly where he was supposed to.
Yep. So that's not good for Kansas after coming out after halftime and owning them. So here we are, and TCU has good field position, and so far Kansas has no answers for them.
Exactly. Well, change the quarterback always hurts.
Sure.
Jalen Daniels was playing so well in Heisman contention, especially with the win today, I felt. But now it's really going to be on the Kansas defense to keep them out of the end zone here, and it's dropped.
That's not what they need.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10 TCU at the Kansas 26 yard line. Wide open, right on his numbers.
That's Johnson, right? Or is that the other guy?
I think that's Williams.
That's Williams. Man, this is the most intense I've been all season because I'm watching two teams that I want to win, and they're playing down right now.
And they are well. This game I think is equal competition. Michigan-Indiana is Michigan's playing down to the competition.
Good open field tackle after breaking through.
Saved a touchdown. Still got
line.
a first down though.
So Michigan's again starting at their own 1.5 yard line. What are up with these freaking spots, man?
You're not a big
like their spots have been weird. These ref spots have been on both sides. I'm not just saying on Michigan's sides. I'm saying on both sides. Why are we in a pistol formation? I get that we're going to run it to break Corum, but let's get under center here, guys. And false start. This is the goal, and now we're on the half-yard line. Michigan's discipline has been poor at best. Yep, false start, Michigan.
I think it was Blake Corum. Yeah, it was Blake Corum, number 2.
Dear Lord. He really wanted to get running downhill. Well, just tweeted. Green announced that he will step away from the team.
Whatever.
To focus on himself.
All right. Well,
and allow the team to heal. So Steve Kerr sat him down and said, "You're being an asshole. Go chill."
That is exactly what happened. Michigan gets out of kind of harm's way here. Needs a first down really to kind of keep field position. Michigan averaged 2 penalties on the year and has 7 today. This is a focused situation. Penalties are execution and attention to detail. issues, and that is not what Michigan brought today in Bloomington.
They've been very good, low penalty team, and as JJ McCarthy,
Oh, and it's Cornelius Johnson who dropped it. You've got to be kidding me.
Micaiah is upset.
That's a touchdown.
Yep, it is.
It's a touchdown.
Micaiah is saying that is a touchdown, and he's not wrong because he had no one on him, and it slips right through his fingers.
I'm
just
about to
like
get
your
a text
mom
from Robert.
Slips into my DMs.
I'm about to get a text from Robert, and here it is. Robert, sorry, Mom, sorry, Dad. Fucking Cornelius Johnson.
Now it is 3rd and 8.
It was going to be a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. He's wide open.
That's the Michigan game for those of you who are having a hard time.
Max
keeping
Duggan gets a touchdown here. Oh, but Ronnie Bell bails out Cornelius Johnson, picks up a first down on a big 3rd and 8. First down, Michigan. Touchdown, TCU. Carlos needs to take off some more layers. Get naked, boy, because you are now down 7.
And again, 100% right of what's his face covering Cornelius.
And Texas is beating Oklahoma 35-0.
So Texas is really good when Quinn Ewers is playing, and they would have beat Alabama, I think.
So this has turned into the Ronnie Bell show right now, as it is Ronnie Bell with 2 straight completions.
Micaiah's going to text back our CFP insider. TCU now up 24-17 against Kansas with about 4 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Mind you, all of this started off of a pick that Bean threw, and I forget his name, and you'll have to forgive me his first name.
Oh, wide open, and that is Andrell Anthony, Michigan, throwing on early downs, which Simeon can't say I'm right, but I am right. Starting to percolate a little
what
bit.
What are they doing? They're throwing these medium throws. They're letting these develop routes. The offensive line is holding down the fort.
Yeah.
It's huge. And what this is going to do is watch them run a run play right now. And Blake Corum just powers through.
Hang on to that football, boy. Gain of 15. Look
and
at
that's
that.
what it does.
It gets the
It
safeties
gives
out of the box.
It moves momentum. It makes you have to cover and watch them. They're either going to run it or throw a play action right here.
What would you guess as Kansas returns
play action
the kickoff? You're going to guess play action. It is a run. So, yeah, keep pushing. And it's going to be a gain of about 4 or 5 for Michigan and Blake Corum, the mighty little bowling ball here.
I like that name for him.
Robert just said wide open and you drop it. Jesus Christ.
He's about the only one who can save him at this point. Yes.
And ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just this game with Cornelius Johnson. As Kansas going to run the ball. So here's the deal. If you're the offensive coordinator for Kansas, you got any confidence in Jason Bean, you gotta.
You have to get back to him. You have to. That's an interception that you have to go. You need
going
to forget
deep.
It going deep. And
good coverage. They went deep to Ronnie Bell. Good coverage. So it's 3rd and 7, though. No flag. I would have liked
Is that a play action shot? No, it was just a regular drop
Just
back.
A straight go. You had Cornelius Johnson wide open.
I wouldn't have thrown it to him either.
Well, and Jason Bean's going to throw, and it'll be about a gain of 2. Or 3rd and 2 to go in Kansas TCU. Big 3rd down here for Kansas.
Very big 3rd down. Again, what we were saying before the long shot from Michigan is you have to kind of forget that INT, step out and start slinging the ball around and start moving it like you're a leader.
There you go, JJ. Get outside. Get that first down. There you go.
And that's why he's the starting
and that's
quarterback.
Why he's starting. So biggest 3rd down in Kansas this season. 3rd and 2.
Carlos, I've been keeping an eye on it. Nothing's been officially reported.
He's under evaluation at the hospital.
Thank you. He's apparently under
biggest
evaluation.
Biggest 3rd down
at the
for
hospital. Kansas play action.
Little jump to the tight end. Saved him.
Not a tight end, but
it
that's
doesn't
okay.
matter. Up and running down
almost.
to the TCU 40-yard line.
That's huge. Back over to the Michigan game now. hand it off to Blake Corum. Blake Corum gets 3 yards.
Indiana's run defense, very impressive
Very good.
right now. Very solid.
And again, Michigan's O-line, but Michigan O-line doing what they need to do. And Blake Corum, I wasn't expecting this from Blake Corum. I wasn't this season. I wasn't expecting him to be a 3-down back. I honestly was not.
Well, I don't think that was the intention, but I think with injuries to Donovan Edwards, they're missing their big power back, Hassan Haskins, as he went to the NFL. I think this is
Plenty of time for Kansas, throwing it deep downfield.
got
Got his man
open!
beat.
Touchdown, Kansas!
Oh, Carlos, I'm going to have to join you, man.
Oh, Cornelius Johnson might redeem himself.
And he does! Touchdown, Michigan!
Touchdown, Michigan!
Oh, here comes Duke.
Here comes Duke. We excited him. There is a penalty flag. Guy, we're waiting for them to announce the penalty. That's why we're quiet.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
It's unsportsmanlike conduct after the play, offense. So it's touchdown will count. We are tied at 24. It's now 48. The over-under is just 20 away. All righty. Well, that's cool.
We got a fun fact from our sister.
We got a fun fact from our sister.
Is a little bit too personal to share on
to
this.
share. Not sure why. Cornelius Johnson redeems himself. Kansas gets a touchdown all at one time. Texas is
it's under official review now.
Oh, here we go. Let's see if he caught it.
Caught.
Well, was it? Oh, maybe
yeah,
not.
and his knee's down.
Just wait. He has to complete the process. That's a touchdown to me. I don't think that ball touches the ground.
It touched the ground, but he had possession of it when it touched the ground.
Yeah.
Why? Okay.
All right, go ahead. Go off,
As
King.
soon as you make a football move,
No swear words.
it should be a touchdown. If you cross the pylon, it should be a touchdown. At most, it should be like rugby. I forget who I was talking to about this.
So here
where
we
you
go.
actually have to touch the ground.
Here we go. Right here. Look, so it moves there, but I don't think it touches.
See, it's stupid.
It's still under
If
control. It's a touchdown.
If we were playing backyard football, even the cornerback would have called that a touchdown. There's no need to waste our time with these stupid reviews regarding this. I'm tired of this.
So Cornelius Johnson did redeem himself. He dropped a wide open what would have been touchdown,
and then runs a touchdown,
and then finally gets a touchdown. May we talk about, though, a little bit as we are still at review. What does Mike Pereira say? Doesn't he look like death?
Like he kills people?
No, Mike Pereira. He looks like he's about to fall over and die.
Okay,
it's a good touchdown did stand here.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. No, Mike Pereira does not look like death. He looks like he may be the physical manifestation of death, but not death. Looks like he's dying.
He kind of looks like a creepy a person who sits in the shadows of a movie, like the villain, the antagonist.
Yeah. But I like Mike Pereira. Of all the rules analysts,
I do.
I think he's the best.
His hair, because it kind of poofs out to the side.
Yeah, no. He kind of looks like Death himself, where he's the Grim Reaper, if anything. Are they booing Sonny? What is Sonny Dyke arguing for? Sorry, as Micaiah texts Roberto. Oh, okay.
So, Texas has gone up now 42-0. It is time to start talking about Brent Venables, head coach of Oklahoma. This has gone from bad to worse.
Yeah, I mean, your boosters aren't going to be happy if you do this. They'll give you this year, but after this year, na 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 na. Hey, goodbye. Listen, Oklahoma is used to being at the top and will be at the top.
Carlos, I'm going to spoil this for you. It is a touchdown.
He would have already known that.
Well, he called on TD.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Yeah. 100%. Apparently, I think the Oh, it was 83.
So
who
Michigan
called
went
the
on
83
a
yard. Lance is not happy about
99
that.
and a half yard drive.
That's huge. That's
Huge.
huge.
Let's
That
talk-
lets you know that they're real. They came to play.
Let's talk about JJ McCarthy a little bit.
Okay.
He's been good today.
He's been very good today. Been consistent today. He has some. He's got a couple drop passes. But all of his throws have made sense to me, even though some of them have been incomplete. His shots downfield have looked pretty good. He just hasn't quite hit them, and I don't blame him for that. His arm strength's there. His athleticism there. His composure, which is big, and I think that's the big news, is there, and that's what's necessary.
Yeah. And again, no turnovers. That's big.
And Blake Corum's looking like a Heisman running back right now.
He is.
I don't think he's going to win it.
So
but
So this is what teams are going to do, though. Teams are going to load up on the Michigan running game and say, "Okay, JJ McCarthy, go beat us."
Did they just kick that out of bounds?
It is. So they will come out to the 45-yard line, I believe, or the 40-yard line. So
Traditional basketball schools this season.
UCLA 5-0, Kansas Jayhawks 5-0, Syracuse 5-0, Kentucky 4-1, North Carolina 4-1, and Duke 4-1. So all the Blue Bloods basketball schools are.
Oh, and
winning.
guess who? And who did Duke lose to again?
Kansas.
Exactly, baby.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
So shout out, and also I don't think UCLA should be on that list. I mean, I get it; they are a traditional basketball school, but they've always been a good Pac-12 school.
Not always, but for the most part, yeah.
I don't know who those people are.
Those are part of the basket. I think those are like part
That
of the
dude
basketball.
has a plunger through his head.
Yeah, well, it is Halloween.
Yeah, but a plunger of all things.
Well,
42-0.
42
Texas,
to 0.
Oklahoma.
This is
all
not
of the
good.
Texas boosters are creaming in their pants right now.
As TCU goes back to Johnston for a 14-yard gain. Ladies and gentlemen, you tune in for the fun of this podcast.
Like,
I did not expect that to come out of his. So the thing that I think Brent Venables will get away with here in this game is his quarterback Dylan Gabriel did not play today for concussion last week.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair then. Oh, see, that's just a good athletic move. I didn't even see the original, but yeah, that rollout and throw. Not that Cade wouldn't have done that, but it's good.
So far, Jim Harbaugh has made the right call switching quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any dispute in that. He's done no worse than Cade McNamara.
Sure.
But again, there are 2 or 3 throws a game where you're just like, Cade's not making that throw. Now, again, maybe the playbook and the play calling changes a little bit as TCU has a 2nd and 4. Max Duggan throws, and it's incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 4. They are at the Kansas 35-yard line.
With a minute left in the third, and I get that we've been kind of going back and forth between 2 games. I'm not going to apologize for it. We told you, if you listen to the podcast that came out on Thursday or Wednesday.
It came out on. I'm trying to see.
Came out early this week.
It did come out on It came out Thursday.
So you had time to listen to it. We told you the 12 o'clock games were stacked. The most surprising thing has been Tennessee and Texas. Has been orange-colored teams just absolutely blowing up who they're playing.
Well,
we weren't expecting this.
Besides Michigan as well.
Michigan's not orange.
No, you said most surprising.
No, I think Michigan being tight with Indiana again at home always happens.
Not always, but in recent memory, yes. I will give you
under Harbaugh. Besides that 1 year where they went to like 5 overtimes, which wasn't that for Harbaugh's first season.
Well, that was in Bloomington as well. As that, Pat, it will be 3rd and down. It is 1st and 10 TCU. Sorry, Simeon, cut you off. Going end zone. What a catch! Tay Barber.
They're calling him
baby
touchdown. Dude, TCU has these athletes at
what
wide
was
receiver.
10-3 at halftime is about to be 31-20 because 4.
Chase Claypool, and Justin Jefferson are the 2 names in most recent memory. That
Justin Jefferson was LSU.
Oh, My bad. You good over there?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Sometimes when I scream a lot, you get the pounding in your ear.
Oh, the blood rushes to your head.
Blood rushes to my head. Michigan's defense gets a stop.
It's needed. Now they have to make a stop here. I mean, they have to get a score here.
Do not fall for a fake. I'd be calling punt safe here. No jumping off sides. Got to be clean today. You're calling punt safe here. You're calling fair catch.
Yeah,
You're up
they're playing
7.
punt safe here.
You do not running into the kicker. It is AJ Henning, who has so far been sure-handed. He's going to make a cut, and here's AJ Henning down the near side at the 40, at the 45, and shoved down the mound.
That should be a penalty.
At Michigan's.
Yep, there's the penalty.
And
Unnecessary roughness on Indiana. They tackled him
after
way out of bounds.
And so Michigan.
And it wasn't like he was running and he had momentum. He tackled him way out of bounds.
So Michigan will have the ball in Indiana territory
as TCU kicks the extra point. I'm having fun. Are you?
I'm having surprisingly fun. I thought that this might.
I was expecting to get
drill into my Saturday, not let me relax. I'm having a lot of fun today.
I'm surprised I have as much energy as I have. We're 2.5 hours.
We are 2.5 hours in. For those of you who are still watching, following
that's clean,
along,
and
here,
then
it's that.
See, I think it's because it's two of them. I think it's because it's two of them.
Ticky-tack call. I will give Indiana here. That's a ticky-tack call. Though the guy was already on the ground and already falling.
I think if it was just him, they wouldn't have called it. But then he had another guy fall on top of him.
Yeah.
So it looked like you had two players making it. So, yeah, that hurts for Indiana.
So
but as a ref, I understand it. You're going to call that.
So Michigan now with a great opportunity to make this a 2-score game, again, with a spot. Gave him 7 yards. He clearly only got 5 here. Kansas, TCU, we're in for a wild finish. 23 seconds left. Third quarter.
The third quarter, yes.
For all of you still in the chat, please comment down below. Are you enjoying this? If not, that's fine. You guys can say no. You won't hurt our feelings. Well, you will, but it's fine. It's just the internet.
We're used to people not liking us.
If you are enjoying us, let us know. Like we said, we'll do more of these. Maybe not this year. Maybe for championship week. That was our very first one. But yeah, just let us know.
Or either way, the Natty.
Either way, maybe the Natty. Yeah. That's our Super Bowl. That's my Super Bowl anyway.
I like going to someone's house for the Super Bowl. I don't want to have that one in my house. I'll watch the Natty at my house.
Thank you, Carlos. Carlos thinks it's a great idea.
Okay.
Thank you.
We might have to.
So Kansas has the ball.
We might have to cross stream it next time. See if we can't get some stuff on Twitch. But
so we are now 3rd and 2 in Indiana, Michigan. Kansas ran it and is probably going to take this to the end of the 3rd. So 3rd and 2 here.
Yeah. So Kansas. Okay. So last quarter. It's gonna come down, especially if Kansas scores a touchdown here, which they're clearly capable of. Michigan 3rd and 2, time clock running down. Snaps it in time, hand off to Blake Corum. Blake Corum gets the first down.
This
Mom
offensive
says, "Yep, you made mowing, vacuuming, and bathroom cleaning fun." And you know what, Mom?
That's what we're here for.
That's exactly what this thing should be used as.
So, Dad, I think to kind of answer your question, if you are still listening, thank you for still being here. We haven't seen you in chat a while, and that's fine.
He's watching 2 toddlers, so yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
And fair. I'm just saying, if you're still listening, I think what was said in the locker room is you guys need to be physical. You guys need to show that you are a Power 5 and you are an elite football program.
You're a top 4 football team.
You're a top football program, and be physical at both the offensive and defensive line of scrimmage. So far, that has been, as they will again run it to Corum. Indiana's defense still stout. It's only a 1-yard gain there on first down.
They're going to give him 3 yards because it's Big Ten referee.
They actually gave him 2 on a clear 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking. This is a clear 1-yard run. Blake Corum barely crossed the line of scrimmage and got stood up. They gave him 2 yards. GTFO. So,
well, that might be.
I think that's what was said. You got a
Texas game. I mean, on Tennessee.
Well, that's Tennessee LSU, and it was called pass interference.
I clarified.
So we are at the end of the 3rd quarter, Kansas TCU. So we are exclusively watching Michigan right now as Tennessee's blowing out LSU. It is empty set all day over the middle.
And
it's interception
off of a deflection.
So Indiana gets a turnover
when they need one.
In the end zone.
That was a good. I don't blame McCarthy for that.
That is JJ's first interception of the year.
I want to see the replay of this because I want to see
How does
close
he
it was.
respond to this? Robert says, horrible read, horrible pass. We agree.
I want to see it because that's it.
Because that's what you can't have happen. Try to fit it in here.
No, it bounced off of his man's hands.
But corner was in good coverage. Again,
Corner was in good coverage, but
I don't think you can throw that. It was tip drill, intercepted in the end zone. So Michigan's defense.
I disagree. I think it was a good.
Michigan's
good throw.
defense got to come up with the stop.
Which is good. That's what they need to do. Michigan needs to come up with the stop.
So Michigan goes
roll
from
out quarterback
and
dumps
throws it away. So Michigan goes from being able to go up 2 scores and kind of take control of this game to now
this is what you're going to
having
get.
to step
This is
up.
what you're going to get when you play Ohio State. I don't mind this.
This is true. I don't mind close games.
I
mind the mental errors.
100%, but I don't think that was a mental
error.
Kansas
going to run
Kansas
for
runs
15.
the ball. Again, Robert and Micaiah. Who else are you going to throw it to?
And they threw a pass interference on Michigan. Good run by Kansas, though.
I don't think you have. Was that unless that was Cornelius Johnson, in which case I agree with you.
Yeah, it was Ronnie Bell.
Yeah. So Ronnie Bell has been making plays all game. Yeah, that's pass interference, my guy.
You are correct.
He's been making plays all game. He had his hands there. I've made those catches before.
I understand that, but still, the DB was in good coverage.
Oh, the DB's going to be in good coverage. That's what DBs are supposed to
then
do.
There's got to be someone else open. You're in 5 wide or take off and run.
I don't think it was 5 wide, though, was it?
It was. They went empty.
Guys, it's pass interference, Michigan. Let's play the game. 15-yard penalty. Oh, no, it's at the spot of the foul. Unless you're going to call it on this. Yeah, pass interference on the defense. Penalties declined. They're calling unsportsmanlike conduct.
Roughing the passer on Michigan.
Man.
So again, these are the mental mistakes that Michigan fans hate.
100%. And these are the. Okay, how? Oh, there it is. The shove.
Was that a catch? No, out of bounds. Ref had a great angle like that in Kansas, TCU.
By the way, that wouldn't have been roughing the passer if he didn't shove him.
Well, there you go.
It was the shove. That's when he threw it.
Oh, I don't know about that. That might be close.
They're going to look at it for sure. I mean, but you're 100% right that he's. I need the angle with the white because
right down the line.
That was really close. Because, I think he's out.
They're going to look at it. The field judge was literally right in front of the catch.
I think he's right to call that out of bounds.
Well, it's going to be hard to overturn because I don't think they have an angle that goes right down that sideline. So we are under official review here in Kansas, TCU.
As there's another flag in the Michigan-Indiana game. False start on Indiana this time.
Very sloppy game, both teams.
It's
very sloppy.
As Michigan has played really good,
clean
football.
When they play clean football, no penalties, not forcing throws. They've been good today, but it's the moments that
like this
that are very. Again, their rushing defense currently is being very stout.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, dude, here's the problem. He called it incomplete, so it has to have indisputable video evidence.
Of course, it's in the shadow
to overturn it, and there's no way you can tell.
I think that was a good call by the ref. And if I'm the ref, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Let's see what Purdue Maryland's
They
doing
were
right
tied
now.
when they went into the half. They're at commercial right now. Crowd got hype in Lawrence.
So 3rd and 14 for Indiana.
Oh, and a
screen pass coming, and he has to throw the ball. Literally threw it into the stands.
That's understandable.
So Michigan defense kind of stepping up here. Michigan, again, needs to make this 2-score game.
Okay.
Simeon, at this point, is this a get out of here, survive, go to Penn State, regroup, go to Penn State at home next week, try to get a win against the top 10 team?
I want if I'm Jim Harbaugh, I want 2 more touchdowns.
I would love 2 more.
I want my defense to pitch a shutout from here, and I want 2 more touchdowns.
I would love 2 more touchdowns as well, but I think the mindset of the offenses and the defense, play your game, things will work out.
That's what
for
I'm
you.
saying. I want them to be like, sort of deal. Like aggressive. I still want them to be aggressive. I don't want them to let up on the brakes and get out of here.
AJ Henning.
Oh, that's a quarterback keeper who got
Jason
tripped
Bean.
up.
So it was, I'm sorry, it was incomplete in Kansas TCU, just so everyone knows. It was a zone, a read option. Quarterback
Michigan's
kept it,
backed up again.
tripped over his own feet. And it was a gain of 8. So it is 3rd and 2 for Kansas. Another big 3rd down for Kansas. Probably the biggest they've had in multiple years.
Michigan's pinned back
at the 5-yard line.
At the 5-yard line. Purdue, Maryland. Look at that. They're still 17-17. That's
Kansas
huge.
runs, gets 4 on a 3rd and 2. So it is 1st down Kansas. Still moving the ball a little bit.
Which is exactly what Kansas needs to do.
So Talia Tagovailoa running, throwing.
What was the over under on the? Was it 70? That was the over under
on this game.
On the Kansas game.
It closed at 70. I think I got it at 67.5. So we are at 55 right now. So
you'll get it at 62 with another touchdown.
Yeah. So we need 2 more tutties,
which is very possible.
It is
another quarterback keeper and another 1st down. For Jason?
Yes, Jason Bean.
Is that like a white guy name? By the way, Mom earlier said like Fred, Alfred, and something else.
Oh, for whitest guy's name?
Whitest guy's names.
Jason is a pretty white guy name, I would say.
I have to find it. Hold on. Walter, Fred, and Glenn.
Not wrong.
Yeah, very white names.
Not wrong. So here we go. 1st and 10, Kansas.
Playing this a little bit more Urban Meyer-esque style offense.
Running
really
the quarterback a little bit more. Jason Bean going to end zone. Got a man. No, overthrew him. So it will be 2nd and 10. Had a man wide open.
I like it.
Just overthrew him. There was a defender underneath, so it would have had to be high like he threw it, but he threw it too high.
I still like it.
Oh, corner fell down. Recovered. So here we go. We are 2nd and 10. It was a run by Kansas, and he drops it. Running back is just able to Kansas is able to fall on it to avoid a disastrous turnover right in the belly of the running back, and he just dropped it. So good heads up play to fall on top of it. I don't think that play was going anywhere anyway, but you never know with any play.
That is fair.
Kansas has fumbled the ball 4 times today. That's a lot of times to fumble a football in one game. It is a passing play on 3rd and 14, and they got 11. So it's going to be 4th and 3. Meanwhile, J.J. McCarthy completes a pass to Andrell Anthony for 15. Michigan gets a 1st down and gets a little breathing room. So maybe even at worst, flip the field. It is 4th and 2. Kansas will go for it. They are currently huddling. So here we go.
Ooh.
Here we go. Right. 4th and 2.
They're 0 for 1 today on 4. I was about to say it's a long 4th and 1, but
it's 2.
Yeah, it's 2. I realized you said that.
Oh, they're going to go with an end around. They got it if they get a block. They got it if they get a block. They got a block and they got it.
That's huge for Kansas. It's exactly what they needed as Michigan is going down the. Oh, no. Was that a sack in the backfield?
No, it was a running play that was stopped. Again, these linebackers.
That's a huge. Look at that big guy.
Yeah.
47. Shout out, man. Way to get down there.
These linebackers for Indiana are just going downhill, downhill, downhill.
Which, I mean, good for them, but like Michigan O-line, let's get to the second level. Come on. I don't know. Is that going to be
So 1st and 10, Bean going to flip it to the running back. Got to make a guy miss. Does not, and he'll pick up 1. So Michigan gets a false start, and it will be 2nd and 17.
with 7 seconds to go in the third quarter? And again, Kansas and oh my gosh, and they had a sure thing touch.
So it will go to the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter, when they come back, it will be 2nd and 17 for Michigan. Kansas is going to run the ball on 2nd and 9 and go nowhere. So it's going to be 3rd and 12. So that's
end of third quarter for Michigan, Indiana. Oh, that's career passing yards.
It is 17-10.
Maryland
End of third quarter. Talia Tagovailoa, Tua's younger brother, who is at Maryland, moved into Maryland's 3rd place all-time passing, and has to throw one away here. So it is 3rd and 10.
Just a fun fact. That's just
tied at 17.
Yeah.
Good game.
And that was 17 first half. So both defenses have pitched shutouts so far in the second half.
So Kansas gonna another quarterback keeper, which is their safe play, gets about 3 yards. It will be 4th and 9.
You have to kick a field goal.
You kick
here,
a field goal here.
Yep, he just called it. Lance just called it, bringing on the kicking team, and you got those front four. You got to rely on them again.
Yep.
You got to rely on them to make a stop and go back down and get a basically game-winning touchdown if you're Kansas here.
Maryland throws a nice screen for a touchdown to go up 7 on Purdue.
And Maryland was undefeated up until last week when they played Michigan.
2 weeks ago.
Missed it.
And he missed it. So Kansas's kicker misses.
Hooked it.
Instead of it being a 4-point game, it is now still a 7-point game with 8 minutes to go. And now TCU's starting to feel a little good about themselves.
So for TCU, what do you got to do here? You just got to run the ball and hope that you get a couple first downs?
Yeah, waste the clock. Worst case scenario, you get 2-3 first downs. You punt the ball back and make Kansas go full length of the field with about 5 minutes to go.
With a backup quarterback
who's been playing up and down today.
Yeah, he hasn't been as consistent as you need a backup quarterback to be, for sure.
Simeon, to go back to JJ McCarthy's interception in the end zone, Robert is saying had the out route wide open. So it did look like he forced it to Ronnie Bell.
Yikes.
You're the only one on the podcast now, bud. I'm texting. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was doing some research for our sister. Some good. So we're basically at commercial. There's a flag at the Purdue Maryland game. Let's go ahead, and as we're kind of winding down on some of these games or starting the fourth quarter on some of them, we're going to go ahead and look around the world here at Tennessee is beating up LSU 37-7. Mississippi State 34-17 over Arkansas. Florida has now started to pull away with 5 minutes to go, and the ball 24-17 against Missouri. 49-0 Texas over Oklahoma.
Wow.
Virginia is losing to Louisville 34-17. In the MAC, we got Eastern Michigan beating Western Michigan 42-16. We have Buffalo beating Bowling Green 38-7. Akron versus Ohio. The absolute basement of the college football team of the college football. Ohio has 21 points against Akron and is with 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Georgia Southern, Georgia State have started 13-7. Georgia State and Cincinnati, South Florida have started. Cincinnati is losing. Number 24, Cincinnati is losing
Oh
0
my
to
goodness.
7.
Another false start penalty on Michigan.
And that game is obviously back for those of you not keeping track.
So it will now be 2nd and 20. Michigan, with the mental mistakes today, will drive any fan just crazy.
Did you see that? Because I didn't.
I did not, but apparently they saw it from somewhere. Apparently it was the
10
same.
penalties for 85 yards.
That will not beat Ohio State.
That will lose to Ohio State. That will be a 49-point loss to Ohio
If you're
State.
JJ here, you get the yardage back.
He was kind of hit as he throw. Are they calling that a catch? They
So
are.
it will be 3rd and 10 here. They did get, or 3rd and 11. Cornelius Johnson held on to the football.
Hey, good for him. We'll see if they're going to call this a catch or not. Oh my gosh, he actually caught a challenging ball. He
So
had his
TCU is doing exactly what TCU needs to do, run the ball, but it is 3rd and 4 here.
If you're Michigan, you take a shot here, don't you?
You try to get it. You don't force anything, but you try to get it.
This is either a run play or you're taking a shot. Taking a shot. Because you're what the heck, JJ? Oh, got time. Wow. Okay.
They gave it to Ronnie Bell. Did he get it? Outstretched arm.
They're calling him. He stepped out before he could reach for it. Throw the ball. Batted down by Kansas.
So they get the.
This is exactly what Kansas needed to do. It's 4th and 4. Now, can their offense step up? I don't think it's dramatic for me to say the hearts of America.
The hearts of America
are pounding right now
of their seats.
Yes. They are all with the Jayhawks in Kansas again, as I've said before. They are America's team, not the Cowboys.
Ronnie Bell did not get it, so Michigan will have to punt here.
4th and 1, huh?
However,
what happened?
So Brad Robbins is going to punt away. Beautiful punt. Driving the returner all the way back to the 10-yard line.
And, the first guy there made the tackle, which was hard because he got off balance.
So excellent punt there.
Oh, wow. Great
hands. Defense got to show.
Great hands by the ref on the Kansas game. It was a late substitution, so they had to call it dead so that Kansas had the time, or TCU had time to make subs if they wanted to. That's another rule that I don't understand /hate. That's a booming punt. Oh, they might flag anything? Nope. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that call. They wanted a call for what is it?
Running in
it's punt catch interference, right?
That's kick catch interference.
Kick catch interference. But they didn't get it. That's for the Kansas, TCU, and Michigan, Indiana game is at.
Mom says she will emotionally benefit if Kansas wins. Mom, we all will.
It's just they're the good. What is the word I'm looking for? They're the
good feel story.
Good feel story. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. They're really pumping up. They're pushing this Penn State, Michigan game.
Well, again, no, you're not the best pregame in America. That's College Game Day. Big noon Saturday. It's College Game Day.
My week needs Kansas to win. Mine too, Mom. Mine too.
Yes. Same. I also need Michigan to win.
Yeah, I'm starting to get the rumblies in my tummies.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a little nervous all around. Not for Michigan, but the Kansas.
Defense needs
This is what every kid wants, mind you. Winning drive, down by 7.
Carlos needs his
my parlay needs Kansas to win. So,
by the way, Purdue blocked the Maryland extra point.
So now they're only down 6.
So just keep an eye on that. But we have now seen Trace block field goals today. We are at commercial in all games except for Purdue, Maryland. Purdue just got a good gain out to the fullback.
I'm just saying, like, this is what every kid wants.
Oh
every
yeah,
kid
every
sees.
kid
Big
dreams
game.
of. Yep.
Excuse me. Big game. Winning drive needed.
Go get it.
You got to go and get it.
Well, my dream was always down 4, 3 minutes to go, to where a touchdown wins it. This a touchdown ties it, but it's that momentum that you want.
100%. And I think you need the momentum, and I think you need to. I'm not 100% sure what I'm looking for here, but you definitely. It's big. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you don't get a touchdown here, you lose the game.
Absolutely. So we are back for Michigan, Indiana
and
now,
in theory, you could go
Kansas,
for 2.
TCU just came back on as well.
Jason Bean, 12 for 16, 182 yards, 3 tutties in the second half. And what is it? Max Duggan?
Max Duggan.
Max
yes.
Duggan, 315 total yards and 3 total touchdowns. So here is Jason Bean led Kansas Jayhawks
6:40 to
in
go.
Lawrence as they try to march down the field for a tying touchdown. Huge ball handoff.
But it's been a lot of quarterback runs, short passes, which tells me that they don't have confidence in the downfield passing game of Jason Bean.
Except he's thrown some really solid things, or are they more trying to set it up for the downfield passing
Maybe
yards?
you have to set it up more with Jason Bean. Meanwhile, Michigan's defense, and I know I'm about to jinx it, has not allowed Indiana to get a yard
Huge.
since the touchdown.
It's huge.
Or the field goal.
It's exactly what Michigan's defense needs to do, because they're going to have to run this with one of the most potent offenses in all of football.
Oh, Jason Bean's got a lot of time. Just go, bud. Go, bud. He's going, bud. He's going to get a first down, bud.
Oh, falls into his wideout.
So here we go. It is first down Kansas, 5:50 to go.
That's a good pickup. And this is a smart play, because any other backup would have tried to force this ball. And the fact that he just decided to pull it down and run.
You're athletic. Go get a first down.
Yep. Okay, so we have a TCU player down, apparently, and it was the guy who was trying to tackle.
We also had an Indiana timeout.
Oh, Indiana timeout.
And we had a Purdue
almost touchdown.
First and goal.
You've been have you been impressed with Purdue this season? I wasn't expecting them to do so well.
Well, I think Purdue is still like 2-3.
Yeah, but they've been good 2 and 3 games.
No, I'm sorry, they are 3-2.
Yeah.
This is about what I expected out of Purdue.
Oh, it is a speed option keeper.
Ooh, only for a gain of 1.
Oh, there's a flag on the
so
play.
It's probably holding if I had to guess.
Yep, hold on, Kansas. So we're going back 5 yards. Yay. Backwards we go. We like going backwards.
Oh my goodness.
This game has been, we're starting to, we're in hour 3. We're now in hour 3 of this. We are now
in hour 3, and time flies when you are having fun, ladies and gentlemen. Purdue did just score a touchdown.
Good for Purdue. There was quarterback too. Quarterback keeper, Peyton Durham.
Yes, Payne Durham. No, Aiden O'Connell's the quarterback. Payne Durham's the tight end.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So now an extra point.
I just lied to you guys.
Leads the game. But we are 1st and 20 now for Kansas with 5:17 to go and counting. Back
only
to pass.
rushing
Jason
3.
Bean.
TCU has plenty of time.
Oh, gonna roll. Find a man wide open.
Oh, missed the tackle.
Down.
Got a blocker.
At the 30, out of bounds at the 30. It's first down, Kansas at the TCU 30-yard line with 5:03 to go.
I am very excited right now. My butthole is very clenched.
Your butthole's sweaty. Great throw. Terrible tackle. Not really an athlete.
Just going to dive at his legs.
Could have been targeting.
Could have been targeting if he did tackle him.
If he did tackle him, should have been targeting. Led with the crown on the helmet.
Didn't even throw the arms up there.
Correct.
It was literally all head.
Going
what
for
she
that.
said?
Nice. Going for that spinal cord concussion or injury, whatever.
Wanted to pull a Tua Tagovailoa.
All righty. Play fake. Play action. You got a man in the flat, and instead of Jason Means going end zone. End zone, man! Caught it!
Are they
Out of bounds.
No, they're
They
calling
called
it
it
touchdown! It's going to be reviewed, Duke.
Spencer Rowe.
But I don't care even if they overturn that, that's exactly the momentum Kansas
That is
needs.
what you need. Let's see if he got that foot in. Gonna be tricky. Did he get that foot down?
It's more
There's
did his
possession.
land
Does he have
knee.
it?
Yes, he
Yes,
does.
he does.
It's Tutty. It's a Tutty. Yeah, that's a knee in bounds. There we go.
Michigan with another sack. It's Abioki
Oh, that's
again.
gonna be close. Never mind. That's gonna be really close.
Wow. This is gonna be close.
I told you they were setting it up for a long throw. Okay.
Decision's going to be, does that knee actually touch first before it just looks...
This is gonna be close, ladies and gentlemen. They are so it was
Here's the field. Let's call. Oh
no, it's under.
review.
Okay, so here's the deal. So he caught it at the back of the end zone. Is the only place to throw it. Caught it at the back of the end zone. Michigan has
Dropped it right in there.
Michigan has 5 sacks today. The knee went down on the border of the back of the end zone out of bounds and a touchdown. It is a game of inches. From one angle, it looks like a touchdown. Other angles,
and it has to be enough to overturn the
Correct.
call. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're going to overturn it either.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be very close. Michigan is forcing a punt. There is an injury. Abioki from a transfer from Alabama.
No, Carlos, you can't technically overturn it. You would need a ton of evidence.
Well, he's saying, can you overturn that? As in, he doesn't think there's enough evidence to overturn that.
I don't think you can overturn that. I don't think there is
correct.
enough evidence.
I'm with you.
Unless blatantly they don't think that knee is enough for possession
Because here's the deal.
in bounds.
As soon as the knee comes down in bounds, it doesn't matter where the thigh lands. It stands. It's a Kansas tutty.
Oh, my Lanta. I have not been this stressed about football since the Ohio State game last year.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's just walk through it, though. We have seen not one, not two, but 3 blocked field goals today.
Uh-huh. I'm literally laying down on a couch.
For those of you watching online and can actually see us, Simeon's, he's laying. He's getting the lay-in going.
Oh
I am fully upright because that position would hurt my back. Kansas, extra point. There's 4:20 to go here. 4:20 blazing.
4:20 blazing. Kick is up and it's good.
So
right down
we
the
are
middle.
tied at 30.
And that's that's 62 for those of you on the over-under. So there needs to be one more touchdown. And Carlos is really hoping this goes to overtime. Oh, that was a good song pick. They picked Huey Lewis. No, it's not. Won't Back Down is
he's dead now. That's all I know. Florida sings it all the time.
Hold on, I'm looking it up. Hold on.
He sings another really famous song. Won't back down.
It's the guy who sings Free Falling, Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. There it is. There it is. Mom, you just weren't quick enough in the chat. We knew that you knew that.
Yeah, we did know that she knows that. If she's
It was a seizure. Michigan coach has been taken to the hospital for evaluation. Mike Hart. So
Yes.
T's and P's to Mike Hart. That really kind of, I feel like, disrupted Michigan.
It did.
Michigan really didn't have a flow before that, but I felt like that really did disrupt.
But
Michigan's flow.
you really get the understanding that that's a good catch by Schoonemaker.
Did it hit the ground?
No, it didn't.
They called it incomplete.
That was all in his hands. I thought that was they were looking over it to call a catch. That's all hands.
That's a catch right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's a first down.
I need to see the other angle again because that would let you know if it kind of
Right here.
fell through his hands.
I don't
I-
know.
oh,
He
that's
got his
all-
hand. That's a catch.
That's all hands.
That's all hands. That did not hit ground.
Part of the all-state all-hands team.
That is part of the all-state all-hands team. Well
Look,
done.
Thank you.
Well done, sir.
It is under official review. That's the Michigan
Again,
game that we're
this
talking
review
about.
should take 3 seconds.
Yes.
It was
yes.
a back review and a front
We've
review.
had
Those
this-
are the only 2 reviews you need. Well, let's drill it home for the people.
I'm sorry. I'm just
Let's
so
punch him in the
nervous.
dick.
I'm so nervous for this Kansas game
I know.
right now.
I know. That's a catch, ladies and gentlemen. Luke Schoonmaker. Oh, Purdue. Wait, does Purdue have the ball back? They do.
They do. 24-23.
So, Maryland, your chance at game day is currently going down the pooper.
Very much down the pooper.
You got to win this game. You got to win out and beat Ohio State. That's a catch.
Do we know where the? Oh my gosh, I'm stroking. That's how nervous I am. Do we know where Big Game Day is going next week, or do they?
Well, not yet.
Okay.
We don't know yet.
So is it
Typically-
possible Michigan Penn State? They're going to be in Happy Valley for that?
Well, it's at Michigan.
Oh.
So no, they won't be at Happy Valley because that would be dumb.
Yeah.
That is a high likelihood. as
Okay.
well.
Assuming Michigan completes this win. Oh my gosh.
Absolute great throws.
You forget how good these athletes are in the Big 12. You know, it's always,
is-
you know, the ground and pound of the Big 10, call reversed. That is a catch for Michigan. But then you forget, you go look at these Big 12 games and you realize, holy crap, are they good?
The referees,
No, the
teams.
yeah, the
Yeah.
athletes
Yeah.
all around. Oh, muffed kickoff. Trips as he's going, and they're
And-
gonna have to.
Oh no, he slips free, but they catch him about at the 27.
Dear Lord, this has been a shootout. Is that what we call these games normally?
Anything over where both teams score 30 is a shootout in my book.
Well, especially when you go back to back.
Yeah.
Tit for tat.
That's
Bang
what
for
I'm saying.
bang. Potato for potato.
JJ McCarthy, 22 of 30, 251, 1 TD, and that interception. Again, he'll learn from it. Blake Corum, now this offensive line starting to dominate a little bit.
Well,
so
it's-
here we go, though, folks. I'm going to try to do my
it's-
darndest to pay attention to Kansas
It's
TCU.
getting loud in Lawrence right
is.
now.
First time where it's been loud outside of the college dorms.
Nice. I see what you did there.
Thank you.
They're playing loud video games.
so
Mom.
proud of that
That's what
comment.
But
I'm
that's what
really-
Makai is talking about. Loud video games.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
that's-
look at 99 just owning that offensive
Make that
lineman.
tackle does not.
Is there going to throw a
TCU
flag for
has
that
it.
one?
I do not believe so. TCU gets 7. It's 2nd and 3. Blake Corum, he's got 100 yards today.
20 rushes.
We are ticking under 4 minutes to go now. It is 2nd and 3 at the TCU 37-yard line.
Good
38.
job. Makai is a great commentator, and I'm not saying that sarcastically. Hands the ball off. Big hole for TCU.
Oh, slips through a
Brit-
tackle.
down at the
Kansas
45.
44. 44-yard line. And again, field goal wins it. I need a touchdown to hit my parlay. Carlos needs a Kansas win, no matter how they get it. Blake Corum is putting people on skates. And Purdue's about to score another touchdown.
Shout out to the Boilermakers.
And now Blake Corum's starting to percolate.
Nice. I see
Another
what you did
big
there.
run.
All right.
Another running play.
Stop
Stop
this
for gain
time.
of dose. Okay, now I'm starting to get a little nervous
Yeah,
for Kansas.
See, I've gotten quiet. That's how you
We
can
are-
tell.
I'll carry it. I'll carry it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be
You don't
fast
need to
paced.
carry. You don't need to carry.
It's all right,
it. I'm
it's all
here
right.
with you.
All right. We'll carry it together.
We're
We
good.
are ticking under 2 minutes now. We are not quite in field goal range. 2nd 9.
Oh, low snap. This. Oh, hit as he's
Over
thrown.
the middle,
Oh,
and they got him.
it's
Quentin
John.
Johnston.
Dude, that guy's probably going to be a first round pick.
This game alone, first round pick.
Like, dude, look at this. He's just a big
Threat it.
target. He gets open. He's what he's reminding me of is Devontae Adams right now. That's who he's reminding me of a lot.
So here we go. We are now ticking under 2.5 minutes to go. It is 1st and 10. Long field goal from here on the Kansas 26-yard line. Max Duggan takes the snap. They will run it. They will get a
good
3-yard
tackle.
gain. So it will be
So
second
do we
and
call
7.
a timeout here if you're TCU? Or is Kansas call a timeout?
I think you see what they do here. You are fine.
I think you're playing for an overturn. I think you're playing for an overtime here.
Clock stops, first down. So here we go. It is 2nd and 8.
So I was peeking at the Michigan game there.
I know. Blake Corum's just running the ball down the throat right now. 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line of Kansas. In field goal range. Duggan. He's going to take a shot. End zone. Johnston.
Pass
interference.
And we
The
just
feed went out. It's a touchdown, TCU.
Oh my gosh. This guy. Oh my gosh.
Overhit. So I'm good with you. Is that foot down there? That's a touchdown to me, brother.
Where is the pass interference?
Touchdown,
on that?
Michigan, by the way. Luke Schoonmaker.
And that's exactly what Michigan needed.
Listen, you know how
where's
good.
the pass interference on that?
It's got to be before that.
Okay, because
So
that's an amazing catch.
By the way, you know how good TCU blocked down field by Ronnie Bell and Cornelius Johnson, who that's about all he's
good.
do.
Yeah, that's about all he's good for.
So Michigan makes it a 2-score game there, 24-10. That's how you know how good Kansas TCU game took me away from Michigan in a 1-score game.
That was
so
an
he had
amazing
14
catch.
catches all year, and he has 14 today.
Wow. I bet he's having a phenomenal day. He's gonna be on people's draft boards if he's not a senior already. He's gonna be. That's the type of, and he has the build that you want for a number 2, number 1 wide receiver. Again,
Yeah,
his size comparison. I don't know how his routes are because I didn't see him.
correct.
But his size comparison reminds me of
So the
Devontae
pass interference
Adams.
is right there, bud. He's kind of holding it on. Clear pass interference.
Thank you. I saw that. I thought they were calling it after here. Okay, so they are. It is confirmed a touchdown.
So here's the deal. You're looking for route running. You're looking for in and out of breaks, the 3-cone drill. He is big. If he can do all that, check all those boxes.
Yep. Because that's what makes Devontae special is his route running
The
ability.
other thing in these air raid systems, which is what TCU is, their wide receivers typically are running go routes or they run a very simple route
but
tree.
he's been a very
good
slants,
after catch.
He's been good after couch. He's been a very good target. He's hit a lot of small plays in the middle, throwing his hands up, getting his numbers up there, and catching it. So he's had good hands. What are we looking at? Oh, it's another.
It's a review. They were seeing if that's in or not. In the Michigan-Indiana game, if you are watching that, Carlos, we went over this a few weeks ago, I believe. The pylon is both inbounds and out of bounds, and the inbounds marker, the goal line, extends through the out of bounds line. So if you are in midair and you cross over the pylon, it is a touchdown, which is what they were reviewing with Luke Schoonmaker. It is a ruled on the field touchdown. Michigan is now up 2. Very similar to what Georgia went through last week with Missouri.
Yeah.
Very sloppy for Georgia. Now, Missouri scored a little more, so they actually had to come back and win. But Michigan still not out of the woods yet, about 9 minutes to go.
But looking much better.
Top teams kind of struggling here a little bit on the road. I don't think that takes away from their greatness, but I think it definitely says they aren't head and shoulders above everyone.
Well, yeah, but we saw the same thing last week with Georgia.
Right.
And we don't necessarily know what Alabama's going to do.
Alabama struggled here for a hot second against Arkansas.
And we could clearly see that Alabama is impervious with impervious is
pervious?
Whatever the word that makes them say
they're perverts. Is that the word you're looking
I'm looking for the fact that they can be beaten. And
Maryland forced a field goal with 1:14 to go, so they're only down 8.
Sorry, I'm seeing a World Cup commercial, which is hilarious, with John Hamm. Shout out to John Hamm. No, I think we've seen that oh my gosh, that
Alabama.
Bama can be beat
Yeah.
with Quinn Ewers, but the question is, who else is going to do it?
Quentin Johnston, 14 catches, 207 yards, and a TD.
Most yards by a TCU receiver since 2016. And it's not like he's making easy catches, too.
Correct. But he's been really good run after catch today. Maryland, by the way, minute to go, Maryland, Purdue.
Kansas getting a great return will start about
So here
their
we
own
go.
49 with 1:30 left.
Maryland, Talia gonna slide out of the pocket, throw it downfield, got a man. It's pass interference. It'll be a first down, 15 yards. They are down 8, Maryland is, with 49 seconds to go.
I don't know how you can be watching 3 games right now.
It's very intense. There are 3 close games.
Well,
There are 3 close games.
Yeah.
That's not a sentence.
Most and a half by Kansas Q quarterback, 4 touchdowns.
And backup as well.
Stiff him.
You got to get out of it.
Oh, there's a
That's
flag.
holding. That's going to be holding. You know what I'm glad that the NFL should adopt?
What?
Spot of in college football, pass interference is only a 15-yard penalty.
Mm.
In NFL, it's a spot of foul.
Yeah, and I also think they should adopt a single toe in, not 2.
Best case happened Kansas. TCU scores early enough to give them time to do something.
Yeah.
Ravens had that issue last week. Absolutely, they did, ladies and gentlemen. Carlos coming in hot. There is holding there.
Yeah, that's a good
by the
call.
tackle. So here we go. It is now 1st and 20 with
Yay!
1:23 left.
Plenty of time. Oh,
Ball batted down for Jason Bean.
He had his
2nd and 20.
He had his receiver too. Oh my gosh. I wasn't expecting to be this emotionally invested into this game. I'm not going to lie.
This is America's team. You are correct. This is America's new team, Kansas. If Kansas somehow comes back to win, riots will happen in Lawrence tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much else to do. So,
Well, they are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You are correct. Well, there is something else to do.
well, yeah,
It'd be
but
loud inside the dorms.
Okay. That's your second time you used that joke.
And it was funny both times.
Oh, QB draw.
Oh, QB draw. What a play. All right. You got to get up and go now. It was a quarterback draw. It'll be 3rd and about 10 maybe, but you are ticking down near a minute. 1:05 to go, 3rd and 11. Don't got to get all of it back, just half of it. You're 3rd and 11. He's going to get all of it back and
he's
out
got
of
a
bounds.
That's huge.
Out
What
of
are we at, like the
bounds.
30 now?
35-yard line at the TCU 35-yard line.
This is a good little route.
Mom, are you as invested as Simeon is? Meanwhile, Maryland may have just scored.
Yes, they did.
So clock is not running. 58 seconds left. Mom is very invested. This is excellent. 35-yard line, backup quarterback, 35 yards from glory. Jason Bean.
They
They
rush.
bring the house, overthrew, and
Almost picked.
almost picked. Overthrew one receiver off the hands of another receiver and then almost intercepted. Second chance in college football. Meanwhile, Michigan's having a sack party now in the backfield of Indiana. It's 4th and 21.
That was good pressure brought by TCU in order to force that throw.
So, Dad, just so you know, the conversation in the locker room at halftime was against their defense and to get.
Almost punt block.
But here we go. All right, 2nd and 10, 52 seconds left. Clock not running. Got time. It is.
Oh, he got out of that.
They will. Oh, flip it out to the running back. He had him for a first down and then some. Incomplete. 49 seconds left. Maryland is going for 2 with 35 seconds left. Ball is snapped. Talia flushed. Will he get there? Yes, he will. Flips it to the end zone. It's 31-31 Maryland, Purdue.
And it's going to be, because of the blocked field goal, it's going to be 32-31. Got to snap it.
Got to snap it. Here we go, Kansas. Flipping out to the running back. Got to make that
That's
tackle.
a horse collar.
That's a horse collar. They missed the call.
How is that not a horse collar?
What?
Thank you. I see that that's not the call, but why isn't it the call? He was pulled backwards. And look, he pulls him backwards.
Yeah. Brock Heward agrees with Simeon, who is the college analyst on calling
Must
the
have
game
been a
today.
good locker room conversation. Gonna be sad time and can't. Dad!
Dad!
Father!
Let's not give up hope yet.
Oh my gosh! No more children for you.
Okay. Well, I mean, yes.
I mean, like, you don't deserve the nephews anymore.
Actual children, yeah, I think that's true.
Well, yeah, I mean, he can't.
Yeah.
The snip happened.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's not a sad situation, people. It's not like I can't have kids. It's more like I can't have kids.
Yeah, and there's no way I'm not having kids.
All right, 4th and 9, 34-yard line, 41 ticks to go. This is ball game, everybody. Bean.
They bring
cover
5.
4. He's going to fire. He's got a man. That's pass interference. Do they call it? They do not.
Oh, yeah, there's got player who calls a fan who yells,
Wow.
"Are you serious?" That's 2 missed calls, in my opinion, by this Big 12.
Let's see here.
Well, there's holding there and more
there.
holding.
Are you kidding
That's
me?
2
Big
missed-
12 referees.
That's 2 missed calls after a great game.
Wow. It wasn't pass interference, but it should have been holding.
Yeah.
Either way, it should have been
100%.
an automatic first down. Blown call. TCU's going to escape. The over ends up hitting everybody. I'm sorry, Carlos, for you. Ronnie Bell.
Still waiting, boys, is what Dad said. That's not what we meant by you don't get more kids.
Oh, by the way.
Maryland 29. What?
I'm not sure what happened with Maryland Purdue. So if anyone's watching that game in the chat, please fill us in. So let's see here. So it must have been a penalty flag. It was penalty flag on the original 2-point conversion. Brought them back. TCU's going to win 5-0 for the first time since 2017.
They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it.
They do not. Well,
Kansas deserves that win.
TCU played a great game. But the refs did
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But the refs screwed over Kansas twice.
Absolutely.
You can't tackle a guy by his collar. I don't know how hard that is to call.
I'll give you that. That's fine. That was a borderline call. Probably should have been called. I'm more angry at the holding call that was missed on the 4th down.
Was also very
clear. It was
clear.
to the receiver. The holding happened to the receiver.
I know all the time. I'm like, oh, this is what they saw. But you can't see a player falling down unnaturally, which is what was happening in this case, and not throw a flag.
Absolutely.
Because I guarantee there's at least one ref looking at that.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Where the ball went.
It just baffles me because I don't mean we're going to go into a little post game here as Michigan's kind of winding it down. McCarthy takes a scary tackle there. I don't mean saying I can't do that. And I'm not saying that unless there wasn't a guy watching, but you can't have these dumb these bad spots for the Michigan-Indiana game by both sides. These missed calls for the TCU Kansas game.
Yep.
There needs to be a better way.
Yeah.
of doing this.
Yeah, and I don't know that unfortunately, because of the time constraints and how long these games take, as Purdue's going to go on to win here and beat Maryland after a failed 2-point conversion and a successful onside recovery by Purdue here. If you add a sky judge, that's just going to even delay the game even more.
Unless you give him ultimate authority to confirm what's on the call. Yeah, I understand it wouldn't fix the flag because there's no way you can throw a flag post.
Right.
But I'm just seeing things that
but now, especially in college, because in the NFL you lose a game. Okay, you have 17 more. It's not based on your ranking, right? Which is, I would follow the NFL much more closely if it was based on ranking, right? If this is, because every single game in college football is so important, you basically lose your out. There's got to be, the refs have to be better. You got to make them full time. You got to send them to classes, education. I'm not saying there can't be missed calls, missed spots, whatever. The review process helps. What I'm saying, and what we're both saying, is there's got to be more accountability.
And
here.
it's the same thing. You run into the same thing in the NBA. You run into the same thing in, which they hate all the time, but at least the NBA refs are a little bit better. You especially run into the same thing in the NFL.
Absolutely.
As we're wrapping up the Michigan game, he throws it to his check down
to Schoonmaker.
So
he, as Michigan is at the Indiana 15-yard line on third down, up 2 scores. Their defensive line in the second half has really asserted themselves. I think they've had 7 sacks in the second half. Indiana, I don't think, has gained a yard since the blocked field goal in the first half. J.J. McCarthy has been just outstanding today.
27-35, almost 300 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Outside of the interception
which you and I disagree on.
Which we disagree on. Me and Robert are on the same side. He probably shouldn't have thrown it. As Corum gets a first down here, the refs have to be better.
Yeah.
Takeaways, though, from TCU, Kansas. TCU now leading Big 12.
Yeah, good for them. I'm going to get good job for Sonny Dike.
Offensive came on late.
Yeah.
Kansas is not out of it. Again, they take the top 2 spots. That's only Kansas's first Big 12 loss.
Yeah. And
Oklahoma
first loss overall.
Oklahoma looks beatable.
Right.
Texas, with Quinn Ewers back, clearly after today, kind of maybe is starting to be creme de la creme here.
Yeah, and
they only have one Big 12
don't
loss.
forget about the winners not the winners last year, the runners up last year.
Absolutely. That's what Kirk Herbstreit was saying this morning. Big 12 very wide open. Kansas, everything in front of them. Tough loss for Kansas. As Donovan Edwards is going to get 6 on the play here and running forward.
There are typically no NFL games on Saturday. NFL refs should be allowed to officiate collegiate games. Here's the problem with that, Robert.
The rules are so different.
Yeah. There needs to be more parity in between. I think the rules should be more of the college game and less of the pro game.
The one big rule I like in college is that clock stops on first down.
Yeah.
Especially inside a 2-minute situation in the NFL. I would think that would make more games more exciting. XFL tried that, and it was very successful until the XFL folded in 2020.
And then was bought by The Rock.
Kansas, not out of it yet, and they're going to run it with Orgy here.
That is his actual last name?
That is his actual last name.
That is very unfortunate.
It is, but also very hilarious. So who do you like in the Big 12 after watching today? TCU, high-flying offense. Kansas, high-flying offense, but probably won't have Jalen Daniels, I'm guessing.
Well, Texas is clearly the more complete team. If Texas can win out, that would be huge for them, especially if Quinn Ewers stays healthy. Only rule I like of the NFL is ball carrier can fall and get back up and run if not touched. Yes, I like that rule as well.
Absolutely. I think that should also be a college rule. Not sure why it's not.
Yeah. Shout out to Carlos. You get the award. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad, but Carlos gets the award for Top Chat today.
Big 12. Who you like?
Again, if Quinn Ewers can stay healthy, I like Texas. If not, it's going to be a duel between TCU and Oklahoma State.
Who is Texas playing in the Big 12?
In the Big 12 championship? Yep. Probably Oklahoma State, if I had to guess. They've just been there before. They're acting like it this year. They're still undefeated. Proud of Kansas. You guys got next year again, and it's sad that I have to say that in week 5 as Corum goes up and over for the first down.
Season not over for Kansas. Everything in front of them.
If they
still,
win out, it's
but
okay.
But again, it's going to be hard without your at this point Heisman contender in at quarterback with an injury. Duke is now in front of us, getting some pets that he always considers. As we are winding down, we've been with you for 3.5 hours now. 3:30 games aren't great, but not terrible. This evening games, the games kind of pick back up. UCLA Utah will be on at 3:30, as well as Georgia Auburn, which hopefully Auburn can keep it close. We might see another coach firing today in Brian Harsin, where everyone is assuming
at Auburn.
Cornelius Johnson gets another touchdown. So good for Cornelius after he dropped a wide open pass. And I'm just going to take you, everyone, just to kind of wrap up. And this is kind of where I'll leave
We'll finish with this.
So Michigan just scored. It's 31-10.
They have the game.
Very kind of undisciplined from them early. Need to see improvement mentally to beat Penn State next week, and of course Ohio State down the road. But I'll just take you through the scores real quick and give a quick thought on all the scores and what is upcoming. Tennessee beats LSU. Tennessee is a real top 10 team in my opinion. Purdue hanging around in the Big Ten West, beats Maryland. TCU, we already covered that. Florida beat Missouri 17-24. Problems with Brent Venables now, I believe, in Oklahoma, getting absolutely shellacked 49-0. Afternoon games to really pay attention to. Auburn, Georgia. Let's see if Georgia can bounce back. Much like Michigan this week, Georgia looked really kind of undisciplined last week. Can you back up? There you go. You got it.
Good catch.
You got it.
Good catch.
Good job, Dookie.
Thanks, Mom, for the great cast, by the way.
Thank you for that. Utah, UCLA, Michigan State. Can they keep it close with Ohio State? And then tonight, it's obviously the revenge game, Alabama, Texas A&M, Boston College, Clemson, Washington State, USC. I'm very excited for. And that pretty much does it.
One last thing before we wrap it up. Mississippi State beat Arkansas 40-17. Are you liking what you're seeing?
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Mississippi State.
5-1 makes them 5-1,
especially offensively. So 5-1 collision course with Alabama coming. This was a lot of fun.
This was a lot of fun, guys. 4th and 1. We don't got anything for you. We'll see you next week.
Wash your hands, you filthy animals.
For the pod as usual.